Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Backlash pay-per-view, and it looks like The Rock has decided to show up, part of the Bloodline, and this is a monumental pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, for Monday Night Raw down here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Big time matches, and we even got the Great One to get himself right back here to Monday Night Raw. He is here, but what is on the mind of the Great One? Certainly has got to definitely have his eyes on that big time main event tonight, as it is the tribal combat match where Roman Reigns defends his world championship against Solo Sikoa. No family can get involved. It's fashion family versus family, and the better man has to win. But with Rock being out here, certainly my guess is he would be addressing this situation live here in Puerto Rico. What a night we have in store for you, and we are just getting started here live on Backlash. And the Great One continues to be in better and better shape every time we see him, ladies and gentlemen. And this crowd, this roof is blown off the place right now with The Rock. Yes, he's one of the superstars in the Bloodline, but certainly The Rock will always be loved by the fans. He is the people's champion. But what a night, ladies and gentlemen, as it looks like Rock is ready to talk. San Juan, Puerto Rico, what is up? If you guys can see my arms right now, full of goosebumps. Man, you guys certainly know how to make a man feel special, but tonight I'm here on official business, a part of the Bloodline, addressing this World Heavyweight Championship matchup later on tonight between Roman and Solo, all about that blood. Now, this matchup is only happening because the enforcer of the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, won that Bray Wyatt Memorial Battle Royal a couple weeks ago, and, well, certainly I'm very happy that Solo won it, but it comes at a time where we don't need to have issues between family members, and everyone else like you guys in this crowd are going to be absolutely loving it. They would love to see the Bloodline fall and crush themselves. Once this matchup is over and done with, I hope bygones can be bygones, and we especially saw what happened on Monday night. I was watching it on my television screen. I saw Solo Sikoa coming out after Roman Reigns' matchup. Roman didn't appreciate that and hit his own flesh and blood with the World Heavyweight Championship, but Solo would ultimately get the upper hand and spike Roman Reigns to end Raw. That altercation tells me two things: that Roman is not going to back down from anyone, and especially family, to make that World Heavyweight Championship feel very, very special. And for Solo, he's a man that's very few on his words, but he lets his actions speak louder than his actual words. And I'm really looking forward to this matchup tonight, unfortunately. Despite the outcome tonight between Roman and Solo, I will always love my family no matter what, and I'm really looking forward to that main event. No one's going to get involved, no family, myself, the Usos, no one else is going to get involved. It is going to be just a typical tribal combat matchup, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to see you guys then. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, to kick off the Backlash pay-per-view, a matchup with so much bad blood starting there in NXT, and it has driven these two officially signing over to Monday Night Raw, and Wade Barrett and CM Punk go at it live tonight. Who is going to be the better superstar walking out of this matchup? CM Punk, one of the best superstars that we've ever seen, honestly, on the NXT roster. Then Wade Barrett, who has a win over Chris Jericho when he returned. Like we know before, Chris Jericho was his protege back in the first ever season of NXT. And now it's all coming to fruition. It seems like Wade Barrett is kind of going back in time to where he got wronged. And certainly with Chris Jericho, first season of NXT, then coming after CM Punk, who basically screwed him out of becoming or still being the leader of Nexus in the early 2010s. As there he is, ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk. Can CM Punk put Wade Barrett to sleep and move on to bigger things on this Monday Night Raw roster? Or is this rivalry between CM Punk and Wade Barrett just getting started? And for CM Punk, it really honestly sounds like he's ready to move on from that and really saying, you know what, really, Wade, you're really dragging this out. Almost 13 years, 12, 13 years. But, I mean, I understand where Wade Barrett comes from, if I'm honest with you. You know, CM Punk wronged him, and he wants to get in the right. CM Punk would change the look of the Nexus, even changing it to the new Nexus would add some new blood into the group and everything like that. And ultimately, it'd last for a little bit of time, but wouldn't last too much longer before CM Punk before we really got the summer of Punk back in 2012 and all that fun jazz. 2011, 2012. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Wade Barrett versus CM Punk. Referee ringing the bell. A highly anticipated match kicking us off here at the Backlash pay-per-view, where we have a bunch of marquee matches, especially the family versus family, the tribal combat main event tonight, as well as the matchup between Drew McIntyre and the leader of D-Generation X, that being Dolph Ziggler. Drew McIntyre running into a little bit of a losing streak while dealing with D-Generation X. We'll see if DX can make it a trifecta of wins over Drew McIntyre tonight. And also tonight we got a lot of good old-fashioned tag team matches. While tag team championships are on the line, as Alpha Academy will be in action. They'll be defending those championships against the OC. Cannot wait to see how that fares, and as this is a real true defense for Alpha Academy. Also, we get to see the second matchup between AJ Styles and Kurt Angle. A lot of back and forth between both those men. We'll see if Angle can pick up a victory over AJ Styles as it begins Siguri to the back of the skull of Wade Barrett. CM Punk just trying to stay on Barrett, but now Barrett with a kidney shot. And now, boom, big old clothesline takes down Punk. This is what Wade Barrett needs to do. Stay on Punk. You cannot let him get going here. As, oh, wait a minute. Pump handle slam takes down Punk. Let's work on the midsection there. Loosen up CM Punk. The longer this matchup goes, you would think this would favor CM Punk. As, Wade Barrett, the big man, gonna go high risk here. Big old jump, flying forearm strike, almost like a bullhammer elbow from up top there. And certainly a lot of built-up frustration from Wade Barrett over the years with everything that happened back when CM Punk took over as the leader of Nexus. Then CM Punk would change it to the new Nexus, would add different members to the new Nexus squad, and eventually new Nexus would become something way different, and Wade Barrett would start the core and would go on to do different things on SmackDown. And certainly Wade Barrett just has not forgotten about that, and that Nexus group kind of really helped CM Punk start that tour of the summer of Punk, where eventually he would become WWE champion and would have a long reign, 434 days as champion. It's a big old knee strike right to the ribs there from Barrett. Those certainly are going to be very, very hurtful later this matchup goes, as Wade Barrett with some wasteland there to Punk. Is this it? 2. Punk able to kick out at the very last second there. And now this is where Wade Barrett really has to dig down deep and see what he has to do. Is, oh no, that ground and pound game will certainly help himself out there. Try and take down Punk as much as you can. As, oh no, we are about to see ourselves a bullhammer. Punk trying to figure out where he's at. Bullhammer elbow. Is this it? 1, 2, and oh. Crowd saying one more time. Wade Barrett seems like he's going to do it one more time. Taken away from a potential 3 count to exercise his demons. And look at Wade Barrett just decimating CM Punk here. Misses the clothesline. And look at CM Punk was just so antsy there with that springboard clothesline. Thought Barrett was going to eat it up there. Swinging neckbreaker connects there to Wade. And now Barrett trying to get up to his feet here. What does Punk have in store for the big man Wade Barrett? You never know. Up top we go. This is not going to be good. Thankfully for Wade Barrett, didn't have to eat a potential. You never know what Punk may have been going for there. But a lot of times when he has a superstar on the top rope, a lot of times they go for the Pepsi plunge. As Wade Barrett busted wide open here, or I should say CM Punk is busted wide open in a completely bad way here. And now Barrett wanting to put the final pieces of this matchup away. And now Wade, if he hits this surely has to be game over. Punk gets hit with the bullhammer. And now Wade Barrett doing the right thing. Gonna drag him so CM Punk could not grab that bottom rope possibly. Is this enough? 2. And again, Wade Barrett toying with Punk. I think, ladies and gentlemen, this might be a bad thing. If I'm Wade Barrett, you get the damn pinfall. Literally one of the biggest wins of your career, and especially coming back here to WWE. But it seems like Wade wants to just inflict as much damage as possible to CM Punk. That blood is just flowing through, ladies and gentlemen. Misses the big boot. Punk has it blocked. We'll see if Punk... Nope, Punk again. Wade Barrett just one step ahead of him. I think that blood is just oozing out of him. Just so much going on here. Wade again. Gonna go for some wasteland to CM Punk. Absolutely brutal affair, ladies and gentlemen. This matchup should be over and done with, but Wade Barrett is just beating the living tarnation out of CM Punk. Can we get somebody out here and just, I don't know, maybe have the referee throw in the red flag, or I should say the white flag, as the referee starts her count. Again, Wade Barrett just utter chaos, utter domination as this matchup continues. Oh my goodness! Right off that LED display here. And of course Wade Barrett wants to do the final touches here. Going back in the ring, trying to break the possible count out as Punk trying to get back up to his feet, but another big boot there from Wade Barrett. I have not seen a man like CM Punk beat decimated like we are witnessing here, ladies and gentlemen. This is just utter domination right now. Oh my goodness. Wade Barrett is just eating the sub, ladies and gentlemen. Referee at a 5. Wade Barrett just eating this up. It seems like he might be okay with a count out. CM Punk doesn't even know where the hell he is at right now. Is a big super kick and another one just for good measure. This is something that nobody was really expecting. As this matchup is getting out of hand, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how much more we can really see at this point. As another big time pump handle slam there from Wade Barrett. And then a big time knee to the guts. Absolutely brutal. It's not going to get any better for Punk here. It's another hard landing from CM Punk. And ladies and gentlemen, this is just your opening contest of the evening. So there's plenty more still to come, as the hardest part of that announce table, especially the corner, is definitely going to be the hardest. So again, Punk here. Oh, Punk fighting back now after being decimated this whole time. Uh-oh, Punk now. Can he get something going? Oh, big boots here. And finally, surely CM Punk gets himself back in this match. And now Punk, ooh, gonna do his own thing, tossing Wade Barrett in that table. And now Barrett may rule the day of trying to maybe, if he had a 6, but certainly Wade Barrett may rule the day that he continues to stop going for the pinfall. And now Wade Barrett again. And again with those brutal forearm strikes right to the temple there. And down goes Punk. Wade Barrett looking to inflict some damage here on Punk even more. Oh my goodness, again on the corner. Sure seems like Wade Barrett has something in mind, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what the hell he's trying to think. I mean, he's bounced him off the table. He's thrown him into the corner of it. It seems like he wants to make sure CM Punk is not going to be 100%. Just imagine, ladies and gentlemen, being tossed right in to the corner of that table every single time. Oh, look at Punk realizing he's in a bad situation there, and now Punk, oh, with a big old scoop slam there. Oh, now Barrett swinging that left knee. Referee now at a 7. Punk has eaten so much damage, ladies and gentlemen. He's hurt. I think we're going to have ourselves a count out. But Barrett, realizing Punk is finally back in the ring, though, and now the matchup continues. This has been a brutal matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Bullhammers, wastelands. Punk has tried to put away Wade Barrett, but it just has not been enough. And now what is Wade Barrett thinking here? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Almost like an Olympic slam type of maneuver there from Wade Barrett. And now Barrett looking to put the final touches of this matchup with a bullhammer. Punk is down and out, center of the ring. 2, 3. Wade Barrett almost losing this matchup after being cocky at a couple times there. CM Punk rightfully got what he wanted by, being very cocky and all this other stuff, but Wade Barrett ultimately almost screwed himself in the end with, just kind of toying with him and trying to put him through the table and stuff. Punk saw right through that as Wade Barrett finally gets the 3 count. That blood just spewing off the face of Punk, and Wade Barrett gets what he wanted, what kind of that grudge he's been holding over for almost 13 years, and he gets it done here at Backlash. The crowd is going wild. What a match between Wade Barrett and CM Punk. That first matchup, ladies and gentlemen, was off the charts. Literally, this roof is literally blown off inside of the San Juan, Puerto Rico arena as we try to recover from what we just witnessed. Wade Barrett finally getting that grudge over after, like we mentioned, 13 years. We'll see if there's going to be a little bit more to that situation, ladies and gentlemen. But we now move on to the leader of D-Generation X, that being Dolph Ziggler. And you got Big E and Braun Breaker accompanying Dolph Ziggler to the ring. And this matchup, from what we heard from Dolph Ziggler, he said not only is he going to beat Drew McIntyre, but he's going to literally beat the pulp out of Drew McIntyre. Going to leave Drew McIntyre in a bloody heap of himself and leave him to where he was a former self, if that makes sense, to where he's not going to look like himself at all. He's going to look like a younger version of himself. But we'll see how that fares. But Braun and Big E are definitely going to have a lot to help out in this matchup. But if there's one man that can escape the harm that Ziggler plans on bringing, it is the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre. Himself and that sword right there definitely can get help with the numbers game, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to take a lot for McIntyre, especially these last couple weeks, losing to Braun Breaker, then last week here losing to Big E. But that matchup was hard hitting as well. But Drew McIntyre, he's on a losing streak here. Will the D-Generation X pick up a clean sweep over Drew McIntyre, or will McIntyre escape with a win tonight? Certainly this rivalry is definitely built up over the last couple of years, certainly with McIntyre and Ziggler being former tag team partners, Ziggler turning his back on Drew McIntyre. McIntyre and Ziggler would be on separate brands, and McIntyre would basically up the ante for his career. And when I say that, becoming the first ever King of the Ring, winning the WWE Championship, would go on to win the $1 Million Championship. There's a lot of big things Drew has done ever since that little, shocking betrayal between Dolph and Drew. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. Big time matchup. Like we mentioned, Dolph Ziggler versus Drew McIntyre here. Can D-Generation X pull off a clean sweep here? As we mentioned, Braun and Big E picking up the win these last couple weeks in hard-fought matches. Drew coming up a bit short. And I think if Dolph Ziggler picks up a win here tonight, that will certainly get him to where he wants to be. Next, climbing up those rankings here on the Monday Night Raw roster. Because you got to show by example when you're the leader of a group, and a high-profile group as it is, D-Generation X. Certainly Shawn Michaels and Triple H having a lot of faith in Dolph Ziggler to lead Dolph Ziggler into the future as the leader of D-Generation X. Ziggler having to lead Braun Breaker and Big E, and maybe quite possible we'll see if Ziggler decides to ever recruit any more superstars to D-Generation X. But certainly I think that D-Generation X has started slow a little bit. Very close to winning the World Heavyweight Championship has been Dolph Ziggler. But I think Ziggler, Big E, and Braun Breaker, they still have plenty of time, certainly, to win championships. It's not going to be as fast as they want it to, but certainly it's going to take a little bit of time. As McIntyre going to go for a big chop across the chest, but Ziggler slipping out of it. And like we mentioned, for Dolph Ziggler, Braun Breaker, Big E, they have won championship matches, so they certainly know how to win. You couldn't necessarily the big one, but they haven't won the biggest one, that ever being the World Championship or Undisputed Championship. Ziggler hit the zigzag. Is that enough? No, McIntyre kicks out at 2.5. And Ziggler's all fired up here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, looking to get his biggest win in a very long time. Like we mentioned, Dolph Ziggler was so close at SummerSlam to becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. We'd end up losing to Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre after Solo Sikoa showed up in that matchup, took out Dolph Ziggler first, and then would go on to take out McIntyre. It's a crappy way to lose a championship matchup as Ziggler with a super kick out of nowhere. Is that it? 2! McIntyre with a massive kick out at the very end here. McIntyre needs to start fighting back if he wants any chance to win this. Ziggler even mentioned he would beat the pulp out of Drew McIntyre. He plans on busting him open and leading him just in his own pool of blood. Now, that's one thing to say it, but one thing to actually do it. We'll see if Dolph Ziggler does that tonight. especially Ziggler. I mean, I'm not saying that this matchup isn't bigger for both superstars, but I would definitely say for Dolph Ziggler, he needs this matchup a lot more than Drew McIntyre. As some snake eyes right on that hardest part of that ring post there, or not ring post, but the ring apron. This would be a perfect opportunity for Ziggler to, refine himself in this matchup. And like I mentioned, this would do wonders for Ziggler with a win tonight. As looks like Braun Breaker was maybe looking to get involved there. So was Big E. Is Ziggler going to take the count-out victory here? Referee at a 8. McIntyre now trying to get back in before a count-out there. And luckily for McIntyre, we are still going to have ourselves a matchup here. There's a lot of things that go into those type of situations, as it looks like McIntyre going to go for the Kimura lock, going to try to make Dolph Ziggler tap out here. We've seen McIntyre pull that out of his repertoire just to really throw his opponent off there, as in he caught him again. He's caught him again with another Kimura lock here. He is trying to break that arm, that left arm of Dolph Ziggler. And certainly, why not for McIntyre? You have nothing to lose at this moment. Ziggler, for the most part, has, had control in this matchup. So anything right now would help out McIntyre. And maybe, McIntyre, maybe that's what his game plan is, to work on the arms. Maybe start focusing on more submissions here. As, Ziggler tuning up the band. Will this be it? Ziggler, big time super kick. No, McIntyre able to move out the way. Can he capitalize big time? Sit out power bomb there to Dolph. A pivotal moment in this matchup. The crowd is on the edge of their seats right now, and just utter shock and awe of what they're seeing. McIntyre has eaten a lot of damage in this matchup. McIntyre trying to do everything in his power. It seems like he's trying to keep Ziggler down. Might be trying to set up a potential Claymore kick, possibly, as Ziggler rolling out of the ring. Big E playing a pivotal role right now, just trying to screw McIntyre as much as he can here. Into the corner we go, but a big boot there from Ziggler. Call himself the show off, ladies and gentlemen. And obviously, the people that have watched the series for a very long time, they know the history between Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre here, not in just WWE, but just in general between both of these superstars. As now Ziggler, famouser out of nowhere there from Dolph. And what is Dolph thinking here? What else does he need to do to McIntyre? Big super kick out of nowhere. Is this it? 2. And now, I believe McIntyre got his right shoulder up. You couldn't see it from that camera view, ladies and gentlemen, but McIntyre getting his right shoulder up there. Referee didn't show it, but you could really see it from our other angle there, that McIntyre getting his right shoulder up. And now McIntyre has to, dig down deeper right now. Guys, look at Ziggler just stomping a mud hole into Drew McIntyre. And this is not what McIntyre wants right now. You've got a fired up zigzagger known as Dolph Ziggler, and he's starting to wind down this matchup. You got to feel right now. That chest is certainly got to be hurting for sure. It's a big time jumping clothesline there from Dolph. Dolph now, high risk, high reward situation here. Let's see what Dolph's thinking. Big time elbow there from the show off again. But now, McIntyre trying to get up to his feet, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying to figure out what he needs to do at this opportune time. And now, wait a minute. What's Ziggler have in store? Oh! A little bit of a chop to the back of the neck, and Ziggler, it honestly just feels like this is Ziggler's match to lose at this exact time here. Big time haymakers again, and then a big old punch to the face. Oh, and now McIntyre busted wide open, and now this is what Dolph Ziggler was talking about, busting him wide open. Again, he's going to target the face again, man. This is just absolutely heinous from what we're seeing here. Ziggler What's he thinking about doing here? Ziggler from behind. Zigzag. Zigzag there out of nowhere. Instead of Ziggler finishing this matchup, he's going to tune up the band. One last time, possibly. Ziggler. Sweet chin music. But again, Ziggler. Why in the hell are you doing, Ziggler? If I'm Shawn Michaels and Triple H watching this right now, I would be pissed off. Why in the hell are you not going for the pinfall? This is your opportunity to get one of the biggest match wins in a very long time for the show off. I just feel like this is a pivotal mistake in this matchup, but I think Dolph wants to do more to Drew McIntyre. Oh, it was a big knee there from Drew McIntyre. Could that be enough? Both men running into each other. As again, big time punch there from Dolph Ziggler. Now Ziggler again. I think there's a game plan when it comes to his elbows. You're starting to see the chest, the rib area, that right side of his chest starting to get really red there. Now Ziggler again with those haymakers right to the midsection. And now is it McIntyre's turn to get something going here. Big time Claymore out of nowhere. Is that going to be it? 1, 2, no! Ziggler kicking out at the last second. McIntyre thought he had him with that Claymore kick. And McIntyre again with another Claymore. Is this it? 2. And now McIntyre letting go of that pinfall. So you can see both gentlemen have left their possible pinfall victories. They're going at least to the 2 count. But you're wondering why in the hell are they not finishing it off? I think there's more to just getting the win at this exact moment, ladies and gentlemen. You got a pissed off Scottish warrior that has been having to deal with D-Generation X these last couple months here. And certainly McIntyre having to deal with the losing streak as of late to D-Generation X, and now you can only believe that he wants to put this matchup out in style. As McIntyre, oh, a big punt kick out of nowhere. Oh, wait a minute. Now Braun Breaker getting involved in this matchup. Certainly not the best time for Drew McIntyre to be having to deal with it. And thankfully for McIntyre, he was able to turn around at the exact time and kind of block that possible situation that he was having to deal with. As a glass cow kiss there from Drew McIntyre. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go to Claymore Country. McIntyre. Here we go. Big time Claymore kick. Is this gonna be it, ladies and gentlemen? 2. And again, McIntyre continuing to screw himself over here. He lets go with a pinfall attempt. And now Ziggler maybe going to try to put the final pieces of this matchup away. It's a big old clothesline there. As steel chair being introduced there by Braun Breaker. Thankfully, the referee, she saw it and automatically grabbed it. Thankfully for our luck anyway, that we wouldn't see any possible, scenarios where that steel chair gets involved late in the matchup. As over the top rope goes McIntyre. And now this is the time where McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, you got to think the next big thing wins this matchup. And now Ziggler coming out here, but he gets baited in by McIntyre. McIntyre just trying to do anything to really get himself back in this matchup. But honestly, you believe that both men in this matchup, they've had this matchup won, but they don't believe it's enough to put away their opponent. That's honestly what it feels like. Referee at a 5. Both men need to start getting back inside this ring here. Would hate to have a count-out victory here this late in the matchup. We're almost at a 7, I believe. 6 or 7 right there. And Another big clothesline. McIntyre. Wait a minute. Oh, thankfully McIntyre not going for that steel chair there. It seems like he's telling Ziggler to get up to his feet. Ziggler now finally stirring up to his feet. I don't know what the hell McIntyre's trying to set up there. Certainly a belly-to-belly over-the-head suplex. That will certainly help. Braun Breaker again getting involved here. Ziggler from behind. Uh-oh. Almost like an Olympic slam type of maneuver there from Ziggler. McIntyre not knowing where he's at this exact moment. A hard-fought matchup. No matter what, these guys are putting it all on the line here. Oh no, this is vintage Dolph Ziggler, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen this before multiple times. And the veteran Drew McIntyre doing the right thing, at least rolling onto the apron area, so he might be able to get it some time, but he eats a stunner, and down goes McIntyre, and now the numbers game comes into play here. Uh-oh. Swinging suplex there from McIntyre. As this match continues, ladies and gentlemen, we have plenty more to come. Still to come, a big-time tag team matchup. The past versus the current, as you got the Brothers of Destruction taking on the Usos. I cannot wait to see how that match fares later on tonight, as well as a big-time matchup, Gunther and Seth Rollins. Both men are looking to get next in line for that World Heavyweight Championship, and Rollins told us literally on Monday Night Raw the winner of this matchup between Rollins and Gunther will go on to face Roman Reigns next for that World Heavyweight Championship. That's again Braun Breaker helping out Drew McIntyre. How many times does this need to happen, ladies and gentlemen? And of course, Ziggler just eating this up, ladies and gentlemen. Super kick out of nowhere from Dolph Ziggler. Is that going to be all she wrote? Referee in position, certainly. That has to be it. Referee really slow with the count, but she's able to count the 3. I don't know if she accidentally got hit in the process or something, but ultimately we see Dolph Ziggler picking up the win tonight here live at Backlash here. And literally Dolph Ziggler needed that win. Certainly getting his biggest win in months. And this is what the leader of D-Generation X needed on the road to not just Backlash, but Halloween Havoc, as well as Survivor Series coming up. These next couple months are going to be pivotal for D-Generation X, and I think this is just a start that D-Generation X needed. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the first championship match of the pay-per-view. We've got ourselves some good time championship matches, and you're going to get the first one tonight in tag team action as the former Raw Tag Team Champions look to get their tag team championships back against Alpha Academy tonight. This will be the first title reign for Alpha Academy for Otis and Chad Gable. But now it's do or die type of situation where, a lot of people might not believe that Chad Gable and certainly Otis will be able to hold these tag team championships for very long, because the tag teams that we have here on Monday Night Raw are so damn talented, and it's going to be very hard for any of these teams to really have a long reign. We saw Imperium have a good reign certainly here on Monday Night Raw for the longest time, but with the additions of certain tag teams here on Raw and the return of DIY on Monday Night Raw, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa having a reunion. They've been undefeated as a tag team so far since returning back together. So, I think there's plenty of potential in this tag team division. As now here come your Raw Tag Team Champions, Chad Gable and Otis. Big time championship defense live here at Backlash here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. First pay-per-view for San Juan, Puerto Rico. And, you know, so far it's been very star-studded. We started off with CM Punk versus Wade Barrett, and Wade Barrett picking up a massive win over CM Punk, and CM Punk continues to lose those big matches, going back to losing his NXT championship and then having a rematch for it, and would still lose that, and then now losing to Wade Barrett. So maybe you could say CM Punk is starting to lose his, I don't know if you want to say nostalgia, or just starting to lose his, I don't know, mojo. There's just something there that CM Punk is starting to lose. I'm not saying that he can't just easily get back to it, but, you know, it better start doing it now, especially on Monday Night Raw, if he wants to get in title contention, certainly. The OC pivotal time. Can they get the championships back? Can the underdog tag team champions get the job done tonight here live in Puerto Rico? It's a big time opportunity for Chad Gable and Otis. Like I mentioned, this is their first title defense. This is no bigger opportunity to defend your championships against a multi-time tag team champions known as the OC. Referee ringing the bell. We have two of the big men of each group. Starting us off, Luke Gallows and Otis. That's a big-time power slam there to Otis. That's a great way to start off for Luke Gallows. But now going to start off with, or tag in, Carl Anderson. And Anderson going to be able to capitalize too, but we'll be addressing some more tag team action tonight, ladies and gentlemen. On the women's side, it is the women's tag team championships being defended as Asuka. Not only is she the women's tag team champion, but she's also the women's champion there on SmackDown. Asuka and Becky Lynch team up to defend their tag team championships against Damage Control's Io Sky and Dakota Kai later on tonight. Also, like we mentioned earlier tonight, the Usos versus the Brothers of Destruction. Big time tag team matchup there. I'm really looking forward to really seeing how the Usos deal with one of the best tag teams of all time, that being the Brothers of Destruction. Also tonight we got Bronson Reed. He'll be in action as your United Kingdom champion. He'll be in action against Tyler Bate, as well as Austin Theory, United States champion. He'll be taking on Ilja Dragunov. Will we have any upsets in those matches? Certainly Bronson Reed and Austin Theory got to be favored heading into that matchup, but will that continue? As looks like we've got ourselves a developing situation here. Otis getting his nose busted open. I think that's right above the nose, possibly, it looks like. It is starting to come down pretty good from the looks of it. Yes, it is, right, kind of almost like right in between the eyes there too. So referee needs to be very careful, keep an eye on the situation, make sure that blood doesn't start going in the eyes, because if so, this matchup may be over quicker than it started. And look at Otis, thankfully the adrenaline just going through his body. Got Chad Gable, the leader of Alpha Academy. Kurt Angle actually might have something to say about that. Kurt Angle managing Alpha Academy, as down goes Luke Gallows. Chad Gable thanking the crowd there with a thank you. Gable coming after Carl Anderson here. Big time running clothesline though, takes down Gallows. Oh my goodness. That chop punch, another big chop to the throat, taking down Chad Gable. I'm honestly surprised Luke Gallows wouldn't stay on Luke Gallows wouldn't stay on Chad Gable. Is that running drop kick right to the face there? That might be enough to put him away, but no, Gable able to kick out at 2.5. That running kick to the face, that is certainly not something you want to be taking. as Gable able to slip out of it, fighting back as much as he can. And I feel like for Chad Gable, this is one of those opportune times where you might have to make this all about you right now with Otis being busted open. Maybe he'll get that cleaned up, but certainly you got to believe this is the time for, Gable to step up to the plate and take over for a little bit and change up the momentum and really start focusing on what the game plan coming into this matchup. It's a big-time snap suplex, almost like a fisherman's suplex. Gable again trying to get the crowd behind him. Here comes the big LG. Luke Gallows does, oh my goodness. What that rolling kick to the top of the head there. Catching Gallows off guard there. Almost catching me off guard with just how opportune time that was for Gable. Gallows now, Irish whip. Gable now. Oh my goodness, big boot, and now Gable's busted open. And it certainly looks like it's in the same spot as Otis. So now Alpha Academy is in trouble right now. Gable's slow to his feet right now. I don't know if he knows where he's at. As another big suplex there. Oh, wait a minute. Are we about to see the three amigos from Chad Gable? Uh-oh. This ain't good. Gable, yes he is. He's able to pick up that big suplex pinfall opportunity. Can he retain here? No, 2.5. The late, great Eddie Guerrero would absolutely be pleased with what he just saw with that tremendous suplex. Because now that blood, you can see it's more on the forehead now of Otis, just dripping from the top of his skull. And for Chad Gable, certainly blood coming from his nose, as a flapjack type of maneuver takes down Otis. Otis is in trouble. Are we about to see new champions? 2. No, Otis able to kick out at 2.5, keeping the tag team dream alive momentarily. Carl Anderson now getting the tag in. As Spear takes down Gable. Anderson doing the right thing there, taking out Alpha Academy's probably essentially MVP of the team there, and now making this a 2-on-1 handicap match. Anderson now, high risk, big time flying neck breaker takes down Otis, and again Alpha Academy is in trouble here. Otis needs to get something going, maybe throw Anderson outside the ring and just slow down this matchup. Get some breathing room right now. Or maybe get some frequent tags with Chad Gable. Got to figure out something at this opportune time. As look at that military press slam. Throwing Anderson, what, almost 8-9 feet up in the air total. So again, Otis trying to, again, slowly but surely coming right after Anderson. And as soon as I say that, Anderson connecting with a big boot. And now Otis gets hit with a cutter out of nowhere. Is that going to be it? No, Gable right there to save the day. But how much more can Otis sustain in this matchup? Big time kick to the temple. Is that enough? And look at Anderson. And now he's shooting his machine gun. He realizes this is over. Might as well go for the pinfall. But Anderson realizing, hey, maybe I got to do some more damage. As he's going again, big clubbing blows to the head and template. And oh no, Anderson looking to put the final pieces away. So is Gallows. Gallows here. Oh, big time finishing maneuver. Otis slipping out of his maneuver with Anderson. And now a big time one-armed power slam. Is this it? 1, 2. No, Otis was trying to steal it. I don't think Gallows realized what was going on. He was dealing with Chad Gable there. And now Otis getting himself back in this matchup. Pivotal moment in this big tag team matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly Anderson should have went for the pinfall, but deciding not to. Honestly, costing them the matchup here. There's a big knee strike right there to the open wound of Otis as we continue. Feels like a stalemate between both teams right now. They're just trying to figure out what exactly is the right time to really put away their opponents. Certainly they've been very close both sides, but have not been able to get that lovely 3 count. And now Anderson again setting up Otis. He missed last time, but this time he's able to put down Otis. Pinfall opportunity, 1, 2. But Gable again saving the day. Little by little, it seems. Uh-oh. Anderson, the running boot to the face. Certainly, this has to be it. 1, 2. Otis grabs the bottom rope at the last second, as Gallows is trying to keep Gable down at ringside. The OC are just so close to getting back their championships right now. Anderson connecting with the cutter out of nowhere. And again, Anderson just feeling himself up here. Instead of going for the pinfall, now he is. Will this be it now? But Gable, thankfully for Alpha Academy, right there, saving the day. Otis coming right after the big man, Luke Gallows. Anderson rolling out of the ring. Otis just trying to do anything to get Alpha Academy back to where they are, because right now they're struggling. We should probably see new Raw Tag Team Champions so far, but for some reason the OC not wanting to, or aren't capitalizing on those opportunities where they could be walking out as champion. As Gallows, that big old takedown, the big power bomb there. Is that enough? Gable breaks it up. And if I'm Otis, I honestly, you got to try to get a tag whenever you can here. He's eating so much damage, though. Gallows taking out both members of Alpha Academy here. And look at that. Man, look at it. He's making this look so damn easy. Absolutely crazy. And now Gallows with those big elbows connecting to the chest there of Otis. And now Gallows again, just trying to keep Otis down. I mean, you got to get in the point in this matchup is you got to start getting frustrated, especially on the OC side. I mean, you do got to kind of blame it on yourself for not going for the pinfall at certain times, but, you know, I digress. As, Gallows again with a big takedown there of Otis. And will this be it with the hook of the leg? But Gable again saving the day. Well, both of these teams go at it, ladies and gentlemen. We still have plenty more to come, especially the main event of the evening. The tribal combat matchup between Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns, family versus family. And we even heard from The Rock tonight. He made a surprise appearance to kick off Backlash tonight, saying, hey, you know what? There's a lot of tension in the family right now, especially since Solo is challenging for the World Championship. But he believes once it's said and done, the family will be back to normal once this match is completed tonight. Hopefully for their sake, it will be. Be a shame to really see any tension in the bloodline. Hopefully you guys can sense my sarcasm with that, but we'll have to wait and see. As a pinfall right in front of Otis, but Otis right there to save the day. Anderson now from behind, going to try to take out Otis, going to toss him to the outside, and Gable, Gable getting his maneuver blocked, but Gable again somehow digging down deep here. This is the opportune time to do it. Get some maneuvers going. The OC have dominated these, I don't know, it feels like 5-10 minutes, honestly. However long it's been, it has been dominated by the OC, and honestly, if this was like boxing and you had to win by points or, you know, judge's decision every time, certainly the OC would probably be given the win at this opportune time. As Gallows gets hit, or Gallows hits Gable with a big clothesline. Gable able to move out of the way slowly there. This is what Gable needs to do right now. Continue to fight. You got to continue to fight at this exact moment. In the corner, it is time for Alpha Academy. What are these two thinking here? Knee to the midsection, then a big boot to the temple. Come on, Otis. This is your opportune time, man. Off the ropes, Irish whip. Otis a little bit slow with trying to grab him, but certainly that is going to do. It could be enough with that big clubbing blow to the back. I doubt it. As again, Otis and Chad Gable, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir again, but you know, Alpha Academy right now needs to figure out something, change up their game plan right now, because you know, not much is working. Gallows and Anderson have been just way too fast in a lot of situations. But that will certainly help out the Alpha Academy right there. Big knee strike there from Gable as Gable gets hit with a spear. And now we are down to 2 men. Both tag team partners are down at the moment. This is Otis's moment, certainly. You got to believe. Uh-oh. Oh, we're about to see the worm. Oh, no, we're not. I thought we were about to see the worm, but Otis, it's time to go for a splash. Big maneuver there from Otis. Oh, now Otis looking to go high risk now. Big time frog splash to the chest there. Gallows, pinfall, opportunity, but the referee getting hit from behind inadvertently. And now, certainly, this is not going to go in the favor of Alpha Academy. Referee is down and out. Certainly not going to be too good. Alpha Academy could be walking out as champions, as referee finally now stirring up to his feet. What a tag team slobber knocker we are watching here, ladies and gentlemen. Big time tag here. Here comes the big man Otis. Uh-oh. Here we go. Big time maneuver there. Compactor takes down Gallows. I think Gable and Otis, it took them some time to finally wake up, but I think they're getting something going here. Gable now. Oh, we've seen this before. This has helped Gable win one of the Survivor Series elimination matches recently in Survivor Series history. But for Anderson, saving the day for Gallows there. And now Gable, big time suplex. Oh, we're looking to go with the 3 amigos here. Gable with another suplex. And now, looking for one more, takes down Anderson. Then the kip up there from Gable. But Gable getting hit with a huge headbutt. Just when you thought Gable and Otis were able to walk out with a win here, Anderson and Gallows just changing up the answers to the questions. This is anyone's ball game, though, ladies and gentlemen, at this exact moment. Both teams have put it all on the line. Gallows and Anderson, though, have dished out more damage than sustained. Pinfall opportunity. Will this be enough? No, the big man Otis saving the day again. And Gallows just looking down the sight there of Otis. He's not too happy about it. And I don't blame him. Oh, it's Otis. There we go. Right behind the referee's back. Perfectly legal. As Gallows going to look to get the hot tag, it seems. Yes, he does. Gable and Anderson here. Big time drop kick from Gable. And coming up very, very shortly, ladies and gentlemen, soon we'll be seeing Bronson Reed defend his championship against Tyler Bate. Certainly a match to really look forward to in this championship division. Really to see the dominance that we've seen from Braun Breaker. Ever since winning, at that time, it was the $1 Million Championship away from Drew McIntyre, but ultimately it would get changed to the United Kingdom Championship. There's now Otis in the ring here with Carl Anderson, and a big-time spine buster out of nowhere. Is that going to be it? No. Again, both teams not backing down. Now Anderson getting a little cocky here. He knows Otis is certainly down and out, but he knows that every time he goes for it, Gable is going to continue to get up to his feet. This would be the opportune time for, Anderson to take Chad Gable out and then maybe hit a magic killer on Otis and become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. As a big-time flapjack again. We saw that earlier on in the night. Another pinfall opportunity from Gallows, but again, Gable saving the day. I feel like we've said that 100 times in this matchup so far. Both teams putting it all on the line. Oh my goodness! A little cheap shot there from Luke Gallows. But I mean, it's perfectly legal, as, well, that's not going to play in the favor of Gallows, but it's been one of those matches, ladies and gentlemen, that, you're fighting for something. When you win championships, obviously you make more money, and certainly Gallows and Anderson are all about that type of, mindset. Championships equal more money. That's what they came to WWE for. Let's look at those big-time elbows. I'm talking about the OC. We're going to see AJ Styles taking on the manager of Alpha Academy, that being Kurt Angle. Recently at SummerSlam, we saw AJ Styles defeat Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle seems not to be done just yet with AJ Styles. We'll see if Kurt Angle can get something going tonight against AJ Styles. Is a big STO clothesline taking down Gallows. Usually when you have matches that have a sequel to it, there's a lot of times that they may not necessarily turn out the best. But we'll see how it fares tonight. As Otis now. He's focusing more on Anderson than not Gallows at this time. And now he changes the trajectory of this matchup from a one-on-one matchup now. Because Anderson, he's moving a little bit, but not going to be doing too much right now. As now Gallows is busted open right on the cross of his forehead there. And I think this would be the opportune time for Otis to throw Gallows in the ring and see if he can steal victory here. So much going on at this opportune time. Referee now at a 6. Perfect timing to toss him back in the ring. And like I mentioned, this is anybody's ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams have put on the line, busted, bruised. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears going into this matchup. As now, we saw this earlier on in the matchup. We'll see if they can hit it this time. Going to look to go with the compactor there. Right there to Gallows. And now Chad Gable. Gable now. Tossing him in the corner. We saw this earlier on tonight, but Anderson broke it up. We'll see if this will be it. Going for the pinfall. 1. No, it breaks it up. And now Gable going to toss Carl Anderson to the apron there. And down goes Carl Anderson. And again, preaching to the choir, ladies and gentlemen. This is the opportunity that Chad Gable needs to try to put away his opponent. But now Gallows, perfect opportune time to block it. But now Gable misses the forearm strike, trying to take the big man with Gallows down. Uh-oh. But no, Gallows gets taken out. Oh, Otis saves the day. Otis saving the day at the very last second. And now again, Gallows. Uh-oh, again, probably for the 10th time in this matchup. Will it be enough, though? Gable gets his day saved by Otis. Gallows. Oh, Gallows is going to do it to everyone in Alpha Academy. Gallows is a one-man wrecking crew right now. Otis is down and out. Gable certainly about to be down and out here. Flapjack there to Gable. And oh no. I thought maybe for a second Gallows was going to try and do it to Otis once again. Maybe it's time for a magic killer. We haven't seen that just yet. Are we going to see it? Oh, nope. Oh, neck breaker. That's even going to be worse there. Anderson saying the end is near, but thankfully for Gable, he's able to survive. Otis is back up to his feet, and just like that, we have ourselves a stalemate at this time. But as soon as I say that, Otis is just taken out. Carl Anderson getting tagged in, or tagged to Luke Gallows there. A little bit of mind games being played here. Gable trying to take as much time as he desperately needs at this moment here. Oh, right to the midsection. Certainly every little piece of this is going to help out. Devastating clothesline there from Chad Gable. Gable needs to figure out something here. Gable now, again, looking to go to the well once more here. Looking for those trifecta of suplexes to the late, great Eddie Guerrero. Another one, ladies and gentlemen, and a kip up just for good measure. Oh, and down goes Anderson. Opportune time for Gable to put away, but no. Every time you say it, you believe it's the end, but it continues to go on. Both of these teams, this is literally the tag team matchup of the year at this point. Gable gonna look to put the matchup away. Big time suplex. He didn't go for the pinfall off of it. But now, opportunity knocks. Is this it? 1, 2, 3. It is. What a grueling Raw Tag Team Championship matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Both of these teams putting on a clinic, but Alpha Academy walks out still your Raw Tag Team Champions. Wow, wow, wow. What a matchup. This was the opportune time, but Anderson, you can see not going for the pinfall, and Gallows and still inflicting some pain. I don't know how the OC didn't walk out the new Tag Team Champions, but Alpha Academy survived. They survived, and that's all you need. You don't have to have a pretty victory. As long as you walk out with victorious with the championships, that's all you need. And that's what Alpha Academy did tonight here, live on a big episode, big pay-per-view of Backlash.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United Kingdom Championship.
Pivotal moment here on Monday Night Raw with this Raw exclusive pay-per-view, especially in the United Kingdom Championship division, with the big strong boy Tyler Bate having to try to knock off Bronson Reed, who is the current United Kingdom champion. Ever since Bronson Reed has become champion, like I mentioned in the match previously, when he beat Drew McIntyre to become the $1 Million champion, then the championship got taken away. Ted DiBiase came back and grabbed his championship. The championship was introduced as the United Kingdom Championship, and ever since then, Bronson Reed has still been very dominant as champion. Even as a challenger, he was starting to become dominant. He 3-0'd Drew McIntyre. You know, McIntyre would go on to win the World Heavyweight Championship at one time as well. So, I mean, Bronson Reed certainly, his wins don't go by the wayside. Those mean something. And him going through every superstar on the Monday Night roster, it seems like that may very well happen. Seemed like he may have some troubles with Santos Escobar. Santos actually picked up a win over him. Everybody was thinking, oh, hey, Santos going to start going through these bigger guys. He's had previous experience with winning big matches against bigger guys, but when it came to SummerSlam, Bronson Reed dominated Santos Escobar. And now, with you got Tyler Bate defeating Cameron Grimes in a number one contenders matchup, Tyler Bate got his ass kicked by Bronson Reed after that. And we saw recently on Monday Night Raw, Bronson Reed and Austin Theory defeating Ilja Dragunov and Tyler Bate. So, big question is Tyler Bate going to be 100% walking into this matchup, but also for Bronson Reed, is he overlooking his opponent tonight? Is he overlooking Tyler Bate? Certainly a monster of his own, a devastating tsunami. We didn't see it on Monday Night Raw, but we may very well see it tonight live here on Backlash.
Introducing the challenger from Dudley, England, weighing in at 175 pounds, Tyler Bate.
Big strong boy, looks like he's ready.
From Adelaide, Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, he is the WWE United Kingdom Champion, Bronson Reed. He is a hell of a man. Been on a hot streak for the most part. Will he run through Tyler Bate as well? Or will Tyler Bate be able to pick off Bronson Reed and get a massive win here and take over this United Kingdom Championship division? There's our referee holding up that prestigious United Kingdom Championship. Seems like no better man to hold that championship currently than Bronson Reed. We'll see if he continues to hold it, though. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. Tyler Bate and Bronson Reed. Big, strong boys. Definitely going to have to hit a lot of power maneuvers tonight. And I think if Tyler Bate can make sure that Bronson Reed cannot hit the tsunami, Bronson Reed can win with other maneuvers. I'm not saying that, Bronson Reed has to necessarily use the tsunami, but I think a big key factor in this matchup would be making sure Bronson Reed does not get on that top rope and try to do any type of splashing tonight. And also a key factor for Tyler Bate, do not look at ringside since Grayson Waller is out there. Certainly Grayson Waller is going to do everything to help out Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed having Grayson Waller joining himself and Austin Theory in this business partnership. And so far it's been working out so far with Bronson Reed being United Kingdom champion and Theory being the United States champion. I think both men are kind of in the feeling out process at this moment. A lot of back and forth here early. And now, oh my goodness, the big man hitting him with that elbow across the chest. Tyler Bate, definitely a skinnier guy, so those big time maneuvers you're going to see from Bronson Reed, that's definitely going to do twice as much damage, you got to believe, as now Bronson Reed, big time back suplex to Tyler Bate. And this is not where you want to be if you're Tyler Bate out at ringside and Bronson Reed doing these type of maneuvers to you. We've seen recently on Monday Night Raw where Bronson Reed hit 2 tsunamis from 2 different turnbuckles onto the outside to Tyler Bate. And that certainly has taken out a lot in Tyler Bate, ladies and gentlemen. So certainly, not only losing last week, but a couple weeks ago, having to deal with Bronson Reed willing to make sure that his opponent will not be 100%. Grayson Waller trying to at least get Tyler Bate up to his feet. Bronson Reed coming back out here just to make sure that this will not end in a countout. Certainly Bronson Reed will love to come out here and humiliate Tyler Bate. Oh, big punch there from Tyler Bate. That seemed like that was personal, and it certainly should be. Bronson Reed has done everything he can as a champion to humiliate the challenger, no matter what. And Bronson Reed, one heck of a superstar, ladies and gentlemen, and honestly, if Tyler Bate can't do it, Santos Escobar can't do it, even Drew McIntyre can't beat a man like Bronson Reed. I mean, there's a couple superstars certainly in the back that I would certainly like to see given a chance, honestly, with a Tommaso Ciampa against Bronson Reed. That would be a very physical, brutal matchup. That certainly, and plenty of other superstars, as big time elbow to the lower back, maybe the middle of the back there. And this could be Tyler Bates' moment, ladies and gentlemen. No, Bronson Reed one step ahead. Off the ropes we go. Big time crossbody, turning Tyler Bate inside out. And look at Bronson Reed. He's saying no. This matchup is over now. Oh, wait a minute. Tyler Bate catching him. The faster interaction here, and now Tyler Bate trying to make the champion tap out. Bronson Reed, if he can somehow scoot over to his left and try to grab that bottom rope, he might be able to get a rope break. Referee right there, Bronson Reed, able to get out of it and slip out of it. Big time clothesline from the big man now. And this is what Bronson Reed needs at this exact moment. And he's going to connect now with a spine buster. Oh, pinfall opportunity. Referee trying to make sure she's in the right position. No, 2.5. Uh-oh. Reed, what is he thinking? Tsunami! Tsunami to Tyler Bate. 2, 3. And that's exactly what I was talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot let Bronson Reed hit that in this matchup. Bronson Reed was in a submission hold, but eventually the clotheslines and then the tsunami out of nowhere to put down Tyler Bate right on the ribs of Tyler Bate. And Bronson Reed retains his United Kingdom Championship. What a win. And Bronson Reed continues to be ever dominant as champion here on Monday Night Raw, and he's only going to continue to get stronger, I believe. He dominated at SummerSlam. He dominated tonight at Backlash for the most part, and it doesn't matter who you are, he'll go through you. Yes, he continues to look impressive, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? I'm not done yet. So I'm going to head back to this ring, and we're going to have another matchup for the United Kingdom Championship. This time, I'm calling out Cameron Grimes, the man that lost to Tyler Bate. I really want to see how Cameron Grimes would have done against me. So Cameron Grimes, get your ass out here, because I'm putting my championship on the line against you.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United Kingdom Championship.
Well, certainly a twist of events here live at Backlash. Bronson Reed wants another challenge, and he's going to get it this time. Cameron Grimes, the man that took on Tyler Bate in that #1 contenders matchup and would lose to Tyler Bate. Now Bronson Reed wants more action, so now he's giving Cameron Grimes an opportunity. And I don't know how smart this is for Bronson Reed, but certainly if that's what the big man Bronson Reed wants, it certainly looks like he's going to get it. Let's look at all that money coming down from Cameron Grimes. Looking to take it straight to the moon, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a biggest match for Cameron Grimes, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine if he could steal a win tonight and take that United Kingdom Championship away from Bronson Reed. Imagine the money that Cameron Grimes would be taking it to the moon. He'd be having money, money, and money for days. And here we go again, ladies and gentlemen, for the United Kingdom Championship.
Introducing the challenger from Billington, North Carolina, weighing in at 220 pounds, Cameron Grimes.
Grimes might be able to steal one here, ladies and gentlemen.
And his opponent from Adelaide, Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, he is the WWE United Kingdom Champion, Bronson Reed.
Absolute brutal superstars, Bronson Reed. And not a lot of superstars will take 2 matches in one night, but Bronson Reed, the big man, feels like he wants to put this Raw roster on notice, and certainly that will do it if you're taking on 2 superstars a night, especially at a pay-per-view. Just took down Tyler Bate via that tsunami, and now he's going to have to put away Cameron Grimes, possibly with another tsunami. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. Will Cameron Grimes be able to show you what he would have brought to the table if he were the one challenging for the NXT United Kingdom, or I should say the WWE United Kingdom Championship, if he would have beaten Tyler Bate as a big-time splash to the ribs? And if you're Grimes, you got to be careful. It's a similar strategy with the match with Tyler Bate. You cannot let Bronson Reed start manhandling you. He's going to start targeting the ribs, hitting a lot more power maneuvers, and it's going to be a shorter matchup for you. It's Cameron Grimes. Oh my goodness. Big time boot across the face. This is what Grimes needs to do. Stay on the big man. Slowly dissect him. Keep him on his back. Work on the legs. Ground and pound. Perfect strategy. And I'm certainly Cameron Grimes must have been having his wrestling tire in the back just in case something were to happen. I mean, that's why one of those situations you always got to stay ready, and especially if a champion's going to call you out, certainly you want to stay ready for a championship matchup. Anything can happen, injuries or unforeseen events. As now Bronson Reed, big time Samoan drop. That was a big time suicide dive we saw before that. And now, big time kick to the middle of that back. That is going to be stinging for sure, and especially if Bronson Reed starts doing a lot more power bombs or suplexes or anything to the outside there. Is now right there in that arm. Pinfall opportunity. You got to believe Cameron Grimes is going to be able to kick out of it. Cameron Grimes is not the type of superstar to be putting that less damage away. Bronson Reed signaling the end is near for Grimes here. Bronson Reed. Oh my goodness, what a brain buster. Spiking him on his head. He is in trouble. Bronson Reed has him up. We didn't see this in the first matchup, but certainly we see it this time. Is this it? 2. No, Grimes kicks out. Very surprising. I was not expecting Grimes to be able to kick out of that, but hey, that's what type of competitor Cameron Grimes is, ladies and gentlemen. A blue-collar worker that's going to do everything in his power to make sure he does everything the right way and walk out victorious. Oh, that elbow connected flush on the face there. Grimes now putting Reed in the corner. Misses the drop kick, though. We'll see if Reed can capitalize. Oh, no, this ain't good. Oh, no, this ain't good. Military press. No, wait a minute. Wait, he's going to steal it. He's going to steal a victory. 1, 2. Oh, so close. I think if the referee wasn't late with the pinfall opportunity, I think we see a new champion there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. I think Cameron Grimes was trying to set up maybe a standing Spanish fly or something with that maneuver. Look at that. Turning Reed inside out. Will this be it? 2. No, Reed kicks out at the very last second. Cameron Grimes trying to do everything in his power to put away Reed, and he stomps the soul out of Reed. Pinfall opportunity. 2. And now, Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed able to get out of it. Last second. Too much power. And now again, working on the quads. That's what you gotta do. If you're Cameron Grimes, this is his opportunity. Cameron Grimes, big clubbing blows, taking out Bronson Reed. Oh my goodness, what a kick. This is Reed's moment, ladies and gentlemen, or I should say Cameron Grimes' moment. We are about to see a new United Kingdom champion, I believe. As soon as I say that, Samoan drop there to Cameron. Cameron Grimes is in trouble. Bronson Reed. We saw this earlier in the matchup. Cameron Grimes in a bad spot. He is down and out. And Bronson Reed now. Oh no. We saw this in the first match. And now we're about to see it in the second one. Pinfall. Is this it? 2, 3. Bronson Reed picks up the win, retaining his United Kingdom Championship. Reed certainly got lucky with getting out of the pinfall attempt from Cameron Grimes earlier on in the matchup. But, man, what a matchup here. Going towards the end of the matchup, though, Reed hitting that maneuver, eventually leading to the tsunami, and Bronson Reed had a tougher test this time, the second round, but Bronson Reed walks out still United Kingdom champion. What a match. Bronson Reed laying waste to not just Tyler Bate tonight, but to Cameron Grimes. I don't know who or what is next for Bronson Reed, ladies and gentlemen, but this time, if you are, certainly I feel bad for you, because Bronson Reed is on a whole different level at this moment here on Monday Night Raw. Congratulations to Bronson Reed once again. Now it is time for some good old-fashioned women's tag team wrestling, as it's going to be Damage Control, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky taking on the team of Becky Lynch and Asuka, your current women's tag team champions. And for the most part, Io Sky and Dakota Kai have gotten in the, I would say, the momentum factor more on their side than the current women's tag team champions, but that certainly doesn't mean that the current champions won't still walk out victorious. Recently on Monday Night Raw was a big 6-woman tornado tag team matchup where it was Damage Control dominating the matchup against Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, and Asuka. But tonight, as you can notice right now, Bayley is noticeably not out here. Bayley has a big time double main event tonight as Bayley will be taking on Bianca Belair for the Women's World Championship. Can Bayley do it without Damage Control at ringside? This matchup is inside of a steel cage, ladies and gentlemen, as there's the Women's Tag Team Champion, Becky Lynch. Damage Control representing Monday Night Raw, and Becky Lynch and Asuka are on the SmackDown roster. It's always nice to see the Women's Tag Team Champions. They can go to either Raw or SmackDown, and they can kind of go back and forth and get a little taste of, these other women's tag teams here on Raw and SmackDown. And then we also see the Women's Tag Team Championships defended both on the Raw pay-per-views and SmackDown pay-per-views, or just the joined pay-per-views in general. Can Becky Lynch and Asuka retain their championship tonight? This is certainly going to be a tough test for Becky and Asuka to get the job done tonight. As we wait for the women's champion and one half of the other women's tag team champions, that being Asuka. And there she is, the ever dominant Asuka. Not only is she defending her women's tag team championship tonight, she'll be defending her women's championship in just a couple weeks' time, live there at Night of Champions, Las Vegas, Nevada, as where Tegan Nox has announced she will be cashing in her Money in the Bank briefcase with a match against Asuka. Tegan Nox recently just beating Becky Lynch on Friday Night SmackDown. That was a hell of a win, and Tegan Nox has put Asuka in her place, saying, hey, I'm going to be a whole different challenger. And it definitely seems like Tegan Nox is actually ready for Asuka. Certainly, it's a whole different ball game when they're going to get in the ring together, but we'll see how Asuka and Tegan Nox fare live there in Las Vegas. Certainly anything can happen, and anything will happen in that matchup. But do you guys think Asuka and Becky Lynch can survive Damage Control tonight? We saw them, like I mentioned on Monday Night Raw, they got dominated by Damage Control. Will it be the same effect tonight here at Backlash?
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall, and is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers, Io Sky and Dakota Kai, Damage Control.
They are former Women's Tag Team Champions. Can they get another reign as champions?
WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Becky Lynch and Asuka.
Two of the most decorated champions in both Raw and SmackDown and just all of WWE's history, Asuka and Becky Lynch coming together to put this tag team women's division on notice, to make it the best that they can, and certainly with a win over Damage Control, that will certainly help out their intentions of making this tag team division at the top. As the referee ringing that bell, here we go. Becky Lynch and Io Sky. Like I mentioned, they definitely have a past. Becky Lynch was champion. She got knocked off by Io Sky. A little bit of a back and forth. Becky Lynch would eventually get her women's championship back away from Io Sky. As we got ourselves a cross-face type of maneuver here, trying to make Becky Lynch tap out just barely a minute into this matchup. Imagine if she had to tap out there. And Becky Lynch looking to bring that straight fire tonight in this matchup. Definitely needs to bring it all tonight. That disarmor, the different variation of a rock bottom, the the Beck's bottom, as now Asuka gonna get tagged in the ring. We saw this matchup a couple weeks ago on, I believe it was Monday Night Raw, and I believe Io Sky knocked off Asuka. So certainly when it comes to multi-women matches or singles matches, Damage Control has brought the fight to the women's tag team champions as well as Bianca Belair. It's a brutal knee there, right there. And now Asuka looking to retain her championship, but still way too early. Asuka needs to stay on Dakota Kai. And for Dakota Kai and Io Sky, you gotta hope that your game plan comes to fruition right now. Because right now Asuka's bringing it to you, but it's certainly, you know, that you might have to adjust on the fly. Be like, okay, hey, I can't do this. Maybe if we tag you and maybe get you going, then that might be able to get us back on track. But certainly it's not going to look that way, as Asuka hits a stunner on Io Sky, and just like that, Damage Control might be able to get back in this matchup. Oh, big stomp to the chest area. More like the ribs, I guess. Certainly will definitely get the job done with those. Dakota Kai hitting her with those invisible kicks. Asuka hitting her with a real kick. And down goes Dakota Kai with that hip attack. Dakota Kai could be in trouble here. Oh, looks like Asuka may have been looking for a tag there, but will not get her destination, her agenda to come to fruition. As Dakota Kai gets the tag to Io Sky. Asuka trying to get the San Juan, Puerto Rico crowd behind her. Asuka now. Uh-oh. We all know what this is going to lead to. The Asuka lock. Asuka lock applied to Io Sky. Nowhere to go. Referee right there. Will Io Sky survive right now? She will momentarily due to the save of her tag team partner Dakota Kai. But Asuka's going to make her wish that she didn't do that. Io Sky is down and out. I think Asuka could honestly go for the pinfall, but I guess she's realizing maybe it's not enough to put away a woman like Io Sky. And look at Becky Lynch saying, hey, I'm not falling for this. Could be a potential trap there, honestly. You just never know. As now, Becky Lynch looking to go high risk. Is this worth it? This is more than halfway across the ring. Io Sky might have been able to hit that, but I don't think Becky Lynch would have been able to hit that, unfortunately. She probably would have came up a bit short as the pinfall. Big, strong kick out there from Io Sky. And ladies and gentlemen, coming up here very, very soon, the United States Championship will be on the line as Austin Theory defends his United States Championship against Ilja Dragunov, in which is bound to be one of the most physical matches in recent history, especially when you have a man like Ilja Dragunov in your matchup. As now look at Asuka looking to go to work there on Io Sky here at ringside. But to go back to Ilja Dragunov and Austin Theory, I think this matchup certainly for Austin Theory as United States Champion, you got to be very careful when you take on a man like Ilja Dragunov. Very physical. He's willing to put his body literally on the line if he has to win that championship or win any match in general. It's going to be very interesting to really uncover that whole matchup to really to see how Austin Theory can deal with a man like Ilja Dragunov. We've seen Austin Theory deal with so many people, tag teams, singles competitors, and certainly with the help of Bronson Reed has certainly helped him. Bronson Reed having 2 matches earlier on tonight, defeating Tyler Bate at first, and then he was walking away and he said, hey, screw it. You know what? Give me Cameron Grimes. I want to see how I would have done against him. And I think Cameron Grimes gave him a little bit more of a fight than what he was expecting. But Bronson Reed would ultimately win with a tsunami and put down Cameron Grimes. And my question is for Bronson Reed, what is next for the big man Bronson Reed? Because the next stop after Backlash for the Raw roster, they are going to Halloween Havoc. It's a big kick to the skull, takes down Becky. But like I mentioned, it's when it comes to challengers, there's not many superstars that might be able to really step up to the plate. Referee now at a 9. And it looks like Io Sky gonna break up the possible count there. And now Io Sky just gonna take it in. Let Becky Lynch do all that stuff that she needs to. And now Io Sky again with those kicks. Oh, this ain't good. Uh-oh. Io Sky getting fired up here. Big time elbow into the corner there. Uh-oh. Io Sky, is she thinking about flying here, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, big elbow across the chest of Becky Lynch. And Io Sky's all fired up here. Now for Io Sky, you got to be thinking about hitting that beautiful moonsault. Wait, Becky Lynch, catching her. Io Sky may be thinking about a Hurricane Rana, but Lynch with a release powerbomb, keeping her in this matchup a little bit longer. Tonight's been full of just hard-hitting action, and a lot of it is to be expected with just how hard these men and women are busting their asses to put out a phenomenal product here on this Monday Night Raw roster. Is Asuka, a little cockiness coming into display right now, right in front of Io Sky, just kind of blocking Io from possibly getting a tag to her tag team partner. As again, Asuka setting up a possible submission hold here, maybe? No, Asuka gets reversed there from Io Sky, and now Damage Control has the momentum. It's one of those crazy matches, ladies and gentlemen. It's very hard to really understand, all these women in the terms of what they bring to the table, because certainly they all bring different types of wrestling backgrounds and whatnot, but they're not all going to be the same. Certainly what Io Sky brings and Asuka brings are two different things. And obviously Dakota Kai and Becky Lynch, they bring their own strategies. But certainly Dakota Kai, Io Sky works really well together, Bayley being the leader of Damage Control. And then you got Becky Lynch and Asuka that are more focused as singles competitors, but as tag team champions, they've worked out well here. It's a strong kick out from Asuka. And did you see the face on Dakota Kai? She can't believe it. She thought that should have been at least closer to a 2 count. Obviously, she wanted the 3 count, but if anything, it would have been better to obviously get a little bit of a 2 count. It's Dakota Kai with a big boot to the temple there of Asuka. Asuka is in a bad spot and certainly eating these big boots from Dakota Kai. Uh-oh. No, the running boot to the temple. That big temple kick, that has to be it. But Dakota Kai getting the tag to Io Sky here. What is Io thinking here? Oh, gonna go second rope. Ooh, okay. Axe handle to the chest area. Certainly gotta do what you gotta do at this point. Io Sky now. Uh-oh. Io Sky going with that moonsault. She misses out. And now Asuka gonna get the tag to her tag team partner, the man, Becky Lynch. Can Becky Lynch put away Io Sky here? So, look at Io Sky. She's trying to get out of the situation. Oh, there you go. Drop kick to the left knee. And stun the one half of the women's champions. And now Io Sky. Io Sky. And a submission to Becky Lynch right now. Will Becky Lynch have to tap out? Asuka saving the day here momentarily. And oh, now Io Sky looking to hit it once more possibly. Uh-oh. Again, but she actually hits it this time. Beautiful moonsault. Is that enough? Becky Lynch able to kick out. I think if Asuka wasn't there, I think Becky may have not been able to get there. Maybe, I don't know. Anything is possible there. As Becky Lynch, big time, Beck's bottom there. Is this enough? 2, 3, yes it is. Becky Lynch and Asuka survive Io Sky and Dakota Kai. What a women's tag team matchup. Holy crap. What a matchup. With that big boot earlier, that would lead to another boot in the corner. But look at this, the very end, the Beck's bottom there from Becky Lynch. Not the best camera view, but certainly we do see it. And Becky Lynch and Asuka still are crowned the women's tag team champions. They retain tonight. And they will at least be going to Night of Champions with those tag team championships. But who from SmackDown will they be defending up against? Time is going to tell, man. We got 2 weeks to find out at the big-time pay-per-view known as Night of Champions. Wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. This is an NXT tag team, ladies and gentlemen. This is Toxic Attraction's music, and they are the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. What in the hell are they doing out here? They are still on NXT, still have contracts in NXT presumably, but what in the hell are they doing out here? Certainly looks like we may be about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. Seems like they are ready to let us know what they are doing out here. Gigi Dolan, JC Jane, women's tag team champions, stepping up to Becky Lynch and Asuka, getting that full pay-per-view spirit right now as the women's tag team champions here. But ladies and gentlemen, Toxic Attraction is here, and what is on their mind for the women's tag team champions Asuka and Becky Lynch? Looks like we may be just moments away from finding that out. You see that, JC? Did you just see Becky and Asuka picked up a victory, but they're not really facing a real tag team. No offense to Io Sky and Dakota Kai, but myself and JC Jane are certainly too different compared to all these other women's tag teams. The reason why we're here, Becky and Asuka, is, well, certainly the women's tag team division isn't really much of anything in NXT, and certainly on the main roster there's not too many tag teams. So we have a proposition for you. We want to combine the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships with the Women's Tag Team Championships here on the main roster. But when we unify these Women's Tag Team Championships, we want to have the matchup in our home turf there in NXT. We want to have it there at NXT TakeOver Halloween Havoc, the same weekend that Monday Night Raw will be hosting their pay-per-view of Halloween Havoc. So what do you say, Asuka and Becky? We have ourselves a deal. I love the confidence in you ladies. So how about this? We do accept your challenge. Toxic Attraction versus myself and Asuka live there at NXT TakeOver Halloween Havoc. And if you women decide to show up at Night of Champions, you're more than welcome to have a front row seat to our matchup against whoever from SmackDown decides to step up and face us. We'll see you guys at Halloween Havoc.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
And now it is time for one of the most anticipated matches in a very long time in this United States Championship division. For Austin Theory, he has to take on the Russian madman, Ilja Dragunov. This man had to win a battle royal to become next in line for that United States Championship. He was able to, and now himself and Austin Theory battle tonight live here at Backlash. Is it Ilja Dragunov's moment? Or will he just come up a bit short tonight against the A-Town Down himself, Mr. Austin Theory? Earlier on tonight, we saw the big man Bronson Reed retain his championship, the business partner of Austin Theory. We know Grayson Waller, part of that group as well. Grayson Waller was out with Bronson Reed in those matches, but ultimately Bronson Reed still walked out, still the United Kingdom champion here on Monday Night Raw. I don't know who's next, ladies and gentlemen, to try to step up to Bronson Reed on this Monday Night Raw roster. certainly there's plenty of time for more superstars to step up, but you know, you could arguably say it's been superstars that are a little bit smaller, a little skinnier than Bronson Reed, and there's nothing wrong when I say that, but I want to see some bigger superstars try to come after a man like Bronson Reed and really see how Bronson fares when he has to deal with a man that's the same size as him, maybe a little bit taller than him as well, just to kind of really see how Bronson Reed is. As now it's time to pop some champagne, as here comes your United States champion, Austin Theory. And there is Grayson Waller looking to be the good luck charm tonight. Can he walk out still United States champion, or will Ilja Dragunov have his first ever championship reign here in series history? Is it Ilja Dragunov's moment? Is it his time to dethrone the United States champion? Austin Theory had to defeat AJ Styles for that United States championship and then was able to. But for Theory, can he continue to have this very impressive championship reign? Time's gonna tell, man. We may just be in the beginning of something very, very special with Mr. Austin Theory, or we might have a new era in the United States Championship division, that being with Ilja Dragunov. Grayson Waller is going to be playing a big effect into this matchup, I believe.
Introducing the challenger from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilja Dragunov.
Ilja Dragunov, he seems like he is ready for this moment.
And his opponent from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, he is the WWE United States Champion, Austin Theory.
A-Town down. We may exactly see that maneuver tonight in your matchup tonight, or will Ilja Dragunov be able to figure out the United States champion and also make sure Grayson Waller doesn't play into any part of this matchup? I think Ilja Dragunov winning the United States championship, that could be something very special. A man that certainly the crowd could definitely get behind, unlike a man like Austin Theory. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. Theory and Ilja Dragunov. And going back to what I just said before the referee ringing the bell there, certainly with Austin Theory and Bronson Reed have certainly dominated the landscape these last couple months for sure, with not only winning the United States Championship, but being the United Kingdom champion. And not only, you also add the addition of a young, talented superstar and the likes of Grayson Waller. I think there is so much potential in Grayson Waller. I think Bronson Reed could certainly get Grayson Waller to the promised land. Let's look at Ilja Dragunov. Big knees to the midsection. Ilja Dragunov's just so darn talented, and especially so dang physical as well. And we're definitely going to see it in this matchup. Theory now, what does he have in store for Mr. Dragunov? For Theory, you got to be as physical, or if not more physical, to Ilja Dragunov. And you know, maybe Theory's most physical may not be enough to keep Ilja Dragunov down. It's one of those things, ladies and gentlemen, that you're going to have to take into consideration in this matchup. And now the ground and pound game, but now Ilja Dragunov with those brutal forearms. And Dragunov trying to fire himself up here, but just like that, Theory shuts that down real quick and flexing on everybody. Now Dragunov, though, with his jumping clothesline. Oh, back and forth we go. It feels like more of a stalemate between both superstars right now. And it certainly looks like Theory is focusing on the knees there of Ilja Dragunov. We saw him hit it just moments ago, but then also a couple minutes ago connected with a submission maneuver to the leg. So certainly, you know, Ilja Dragunov doesn't have knee pads on, so maybe Theory may focus on the knees and certainly may as well try to, you know, expose that. Rope break saving Ilja Dragunov's left knee there, left leg. Theory certainly coming out here and having a game plan here. Into the corner now, Austin Theory. Very talented young individual. Will he be able to outsmart Ilja Dragunov? And certainly he's outsmarting this whole damn stadium here tonight. Sold out capacity crowd here in San Juan, Puerto Rico for a massive Backlash pay-per-view, and we still have plenty more to come tonight, especially the Usos versus the Brothers of Destruction. We got AJ Styles and Kurt Angle still. Seth Rollins versus Gunther, major stipulation in that matchup, as if Seth Rollins wins, he'll be next in line for the World Championship. If Gunther wins, he is going to be next in line for that World Heavyweight Championship. So, that's going to be a pivotal matchup and really seeing who is going to be next for Roman Reigns or Solo Sikoa's World Championship. As Grayson Waller trying to get it at least somebody's attention, and he's got the referee's attention. Dragunov certainly may have had a 3 count already, and referee finally getting Grayson Waller down here. Referee now in position 2, and Theory kicking out at 2.5. That very well should have been a 3 count, but Dragunov getting screwed by Grayson Waller, and now Dragunov taking out some frustration, and oh my goodness, flying headbutt right to the temple of Theory. Is this it? 2, and now Theory kicks out. Theory kicks out at the very last second. Ilja Dragunov pissed off right now, and this may be bad. He is wanting to snap Austin Theory here. But Ilja Dragunov just trying to play some mind games there. Why not? Austin Theory busted wide open. And now, big spinning backhand there. And now, a big old senton there. And again, focusing on the ribs there. And why not continue to go to work on the ribs? And, why not? 3 in a row there for Ilja Dragunov. I hear a steel chair being involved from the outside, it sounds like. Dragunov, another flying headbutt. Theory may be down and out. 2, 3, yes it is. Ilja Dragunov not playing around tonight, and Austin Theory is no longer the United States Champion. Ilja Dragunov will be starting a new era on Monday Night Raw, and he is your United States Champion, dominating Austin Theory tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is tag team action. The past versus the present. The bloodline versus the Brothers of Destruction. The Usos have been one of the best, if not the best, in series history on Raw and SmackDown. Then you got the Brothers of Destruction calling out the Usos after the Usos defeated the Viking Raiders via a countout. Undertaker claimed that the Brothers of Destruction wouldn't win by countout. They would go out there, win by pinfall or submission. And they are challenging the Usos to a matchup, a tag team matchup. The Usos cannot win via a countout. So this matchup is going to be hard-hitting. The referee will be counting to 10s or whatnot. But if there is a part in this matchup where something like that would occur, the countout would not be accepted. And now we wait for the Brothers of Destruction, part of the Wyatt family. We are going to see so much brutalness in this matchup. It is always great to see The Undertaker and Kane back together, working together. And you can only imagine how this matchup is going to fare for the Usos. If the Usos are able to defeat Undertaker and Kane, that would solidify them as the best tag team of all time. in series history as well. I don't believe the New Day have faced the Brothers of Destruction, so certainly if the Usos knock off the Brothers of Destruction, certainly the Usos would be named the greatest tag team of all time. The past versus the present. Coming to us live here at Backlash, the Brothers of Destruction are looking to beat the respect out of the bloodline, that being the Usos. Usos are certainly looking to get a Raw Tag Team Championship matchup. They can choose whenever they want that. They certainly watched that earlier tag team matchup between the OC and Alpha Academy. That tag team matchup was one of the most brutal tag team matches in recent history. Just a onslaught assault though from the OC, but ultimately Alpha Academy walked out still your tag team champions. Certainly you don't know how much more that match could have went on. I feel like that matchup could have went on longer if it needed to. As Kane bringing that fire in this matchup. Cannot wait to see how this matchup is going to go, ladies and gentlemen. Who walks out? The better tag teams, the Usos or the Brothers of Destruction? Referee ringing the bell. Taker and Jimmy Uso here. Certainly the Usos not going to back down. They certainly, Brothers of Destruction, very intimidating, but the Usos, they've certainly faced the best of the best there on Raw, SmackDown. It didn't matter. They would still walk out victorious against most, if not all, tag teams. As the Usos with a swinging neck breaker there. Jimmy looking quite well here early, standing his ground against The Undertaker. Massive storyline for The Undertaker with trying to, stay afloat here, possibly his last year before retiring. Plans on retiring at this year's WrestleMania. Last year at WrestleMania, he defeated the Icon Sting for the first time ever. There's now Kane, big time DDT there to Jimmy Uso. And recently on Monday Night Raw, we saw Jey Uso defeat Kane, and the Usos would beat down Kane after the matchup. And Kane didn't have Undertaker at all. Undertaker was getting ready with his matchup with Roman Reigns, where Roman Reigns would go on to defeat The Undertaker. And then that's when the Bloodline ran into some issues. Roman Reigns was celebrating the World Heavyweight Championship. He had his King of the Ring crown on, his Samoan, I can't even think of the word, but the thing that he wears around his neck. He was celebrating his massive win over The Undertaker. And then all of a sudden, Solo Sikoa came out of nowhere, came in the ring, and it looked like, they wanted to have a kind of like a face-off, and Roman Reigns didn't take that kindly. So he hit Solo in the face with the World Heavyweight Championship, but Solo would actually get the upper hand and spike Roman Reigns to end Monday Night Raw. So certainly there is definitely some tension. And to begin Backlash, ladies and gentlemen, we heard from The Rock about the Bloodline. And pretty much saying, hey, you know what? Once this is over and done with, hopefully the family can get back to being, to where it was. As, wait a minute, is Taker thinking last ride here? Uh-oh. Taker with the last ride to the outside. A one-man wrecking crew. But look at main event Jey Uso already back up to his feet somehow. Jey Uso certainly one different superstar, ladies and gentlemen. Big-time haymakers from Jey Uso. Beating the living crap out of The Undertaker. Stomping away on the dead man. Pinfall opportunity. Very close to a rope break. But certainly the superstars not having to really worry about any countouts or anything like that, because the Usos cannot use that to their advantage in this matchup. Big kick to the midsection, misses. Big counter from Jey, but now Taker with his own right hand. Back and forth we go. This is what you love to see. And now Taker, look at that. For one of the oldest superstars in WWE on the roster right now. Certainly looks like he's in phenomenal shape. question for Taker is, does he have one last championship run in him? We haven't seen him win any championships in the series, but certainly, I guarantee you, he would love to, maybe have that one last ride into the sunset as champion. As now Kane going to continue to inflict some damage. A little bit of a spine buster there to Jey Uso. Pinfall opportunity. Is this enough? Strong kick out from Jey. And Jimmy, he was a little bit late to possibly try to break that up, so that would have definitely been on Jimmy. And now Kane signaling the end is near with a choke slam to hell. Is that gonna be it? 2. No, Jey Uso again kicking out. Didn't need his brother. Jimmy certainly, I don't know what Jimmy's doing. He's been really slow to get in this ring every time. And I think that's going to be costly if that continues to happen in this matchup. Pinfall, or I should say a tag by The Undertaker. But certainly you got to believe if, Undertaker and Kane continue to hit those big moves and go for the pinfall, Jimmy may not get in time right away. So that is something we'll have to look into. Is Jimmy actually going to get the tag? And maybe Jimmy's, in the point in this matchup to where maybe he doesn't want to get in the ring and deal with Undertaker and Kane further we go in this matchup. Be something that we need to continue to look at in this matchup. And now a big slap to the face, a little bit of a disrespectful slap there from Jimmy. Now Taker. We're looking for some old school, but Jimmy Uso, he had that well scouted. The strength and power of Jimmy. And ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 more championship matches. Certainly when it comes to the women's division, we have ourselves the Women's World Championship. It will be Bianca Belair challenging Bayley for the Women's Championship inside of a steel cage. Can Bayley retain her championship without damage control at ringside? And also the main event, the Tribal Combat matchup, Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns, the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. As Kane looking to hit the Tombstone Pile Driver. Is that it? Pinfall. 2, 3. The Brothers of Destruction with a massive win over the Usos. And still the Brothers of Destruction can say that they are still the best tag team out there today. Usos certainly in series history, but not as good as the Brothers of Destruction tonight here in this sold-out venue in San Juan, Puerto Rico, with the Brothers of Destruction defeating the Usos live here at Backlash. What a tag team affair. And Taker and Kane get the job done tonight. Mr. Reed, I was not expecting you. Hell of a win tonight, and a little ballsy to have a second match out there, a second title defense, but hey, you dominated that matchup as well. So what can I do for you, Mr. Bronson Reed? I don't need your congratulations, Sean. I'm out here to propose a matchup, a unification matchup between the United States Championship and the United Kingdom Championship. I'm a little pissed off Austin Theory beat Ilja Dragunov, and I need more competition. So I'm proposing myself versus Ilja Dragunov in a unification match. To be honest, Bronson, I'm not... I don't even honestly know what to say. I'm very surprised. You want to unify your championship with the newly crowned United States Championship with Ilja Dragunov. I mean, that'd be big numbers for Monday Night Raw. So if you for sure want to set that up, we can sure as hell make that official. All right, Mr. Bronson Reed, I have made it official. And we are going to make it official at Halloween Havoc, a unification matchup. We will merge the United States Championship and the United Kingdom Championship between Ilja Dragunov and Bronson Reed. Good luck out there, Bronson. You're going to need it. Ilja Dragunov is one tough SOB. I don't need luck, Sean. I just defeated 2 big-time superstars here on the Monday Night Raw roster, and especially in a big-time event like Backlash. So, you better make sure Ilja Dragunov has an ambulance ready for him, because at Halloween Havoc, we are going to take him to the hospital. But, you know what? If we're feeling good enough, we might as well put him 6 feet down in a hole and bury his body. Massive news, ladies and gentlemen, going into Halloween Havoc. How crazy is this? Bronson Reed wants to now unify the United States Championship and the United Kingdom Championship. I bet Bronson Reed would have not done that if Austin Theory would have won the matchup earlier on tonight. But Ilja Dragunov, with that massive headbutt, that flying headbutt that he does, he did it twice and busted him open the first time. And certainly we are going to get ourselves a big time matchup there at Halloween Havoc. Something I was not expecting. So not only at Halloween Havoc weekend, we're going to see a unification matchup in the women's tag team division. We're going to see it with the United Kingdom Championship and the United States Championship. How absolutely crazy. We'll talk about that more on the road to Halloween Havoc for Monday Night Raw. But right now, we get ourselves the second matchup between Kurt Angle and AJ Styles. AJ Styles won the first one at SummerSlam. Kurt Angle said he is not done. We're just getting started. But we'll see how he fares tonight against the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. AJ Styles has accomplished, it seems like, everything here in WWE, Raw, SmackDown, it does not matter. Certainly has been one of the best, if not the best, in all of WWE. Yes, he may not be challenging for the World Championship or any of the championships at this time, but certainly AJ Styles, he doesn't need a championship to show how damn good he is, so how damn phenomenal he is in the middle of this ring. He lets his wrestling do the work. And tonight, AJ Styles is looking to put this rivalry to bed with a win over Kurt Angle. And imagine if Kurt Angle defeats AJ Styles. Does that mean we continue? Or will we be finally done with this rivalry that's brewing? Kurt Angle, one of the best WWE Hall of Famers out there in the history of WWE, taking on the phenomenal AJ Styles here tonight. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. Which are we going to get tonight? Are we going to get Kurt Angle, where he's going to be bringing out all three eyes tonight? Or will the phenomenal AJ Styles just be way too much for Kurt Angle? For Kurt Angle getting up there in age, he certainly still looks like he's in phenomenal shape, and we'll see how he fares tonight once again against Styles. You would think if Styles wins this matchup, you got to believe that Kurt's not going to want any more of it. As look at that, a plancha over the top rope, taking down Kurt Angle. AJ Styles bringing the fight to Kurt Angle tonight, 100% focus, and that's what you got to love about AJ Styles. He's coming out here. He's not, trash talking to him or anything so far. He's coming right after Kurt Angle, and he's trying to put him in his place and get this over and done with, you got to assume. His Angle throwing him on that corner part there of that barricade. Certainly not going to be feeling too good. Styles almost getting hit with that steel steps there. Ooh, snap suplex there. Both men need to start getting in the ring here. Referee now at a 6, throwing Styles to the opposite side of the arena here. And Styles being told to stay down. Kurt Angle not going to back down. It seems like Angle trying to go back out there, but referee saying, hey, you need to stay in this ring. Obviously, pinfall or submission to win this, but obviously if Angle really wanted to, he could disqualify himself. Or if he really wanted a desperate win, he could win via a countout. You never know in these type of matches, as Styles with a big kick to the middle of that back And look at Angle. I think he realized Styles went to the apron. He wasn't too sure what Styles may have been trying to set up. Maybe a phenomenal forearm. You just never know with how dangerous AJ Styles is here. There's a, wait a minute. Styles, phenomenal forearm. Bad place to be if you're Kurt Angle. Is this it? 2. No, Angle kicks out at 2.5. So close. And now AJ, uh-oh. Is he thinking about it again? Crowd saying fight forever. Angle certainly having some troubles at this exact moment right now, trying to get some offense going as, oh, look at this, big time takedown of Styles. Can Kurt Angle get back in this matchup? As, uh-oh, wait a minute, calf killer, can he get it applied? Yes, center of the ring of the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Will Kurt have to tap out? Center of the ring, nowhere to go. As, oh my goodness, did you see that elbow to the back of the neck? AJ may not know where he is at. If referee might want to check on AJ Styles. That elbow felt like that was, I mean, absolutely forced. As Angle, Olympic slam out of nowhere. Is this it? No. Huge kick out from Styles. As we continue to go on, we didn't see that once in that matchup against AJ Styles at SummerSlam. It was more of a focus on the legs and the ankles of AJ Styles. Now this time, Angle's pulling out anything that he needs to, as now Angle with a plunge over the top rope. Both men putting it all on the line. They know how damn big of a matchup this is. As now Styles going to town with a couple strikes to the temple. And talking about big-time matches, ladies and gentlemen, still to come tonight, Seth Rollins and Gunther. The winner of that matchup will be next in line for the World Heavyweight Championship, either against Roman Reigns or Solo Sikoa. Obviously, Seth and Roman Reigns have a long history. Roman Reigns and Gunther could definitely be something that I could be really down for. Something that we've never seen here in series history between Roman Reigns and Gunther. But certainly Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, that's certainly not something that I wouldn't want to, not want to watch again. We saw those guys go to war recently on Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns picking up a faster than usual win there. As Kurt Angle busted open, trying to figure out where he was at. Almost was up to an 8 count there. As Styles with a snap suplex to Angle. And certainly Angle and AJ Styles would presumably love to get into title contention. Styles would love to be done with Kurt Angle tonight. We'll see where it goes if Kurt Angle picks up a win tonight over AJ Styles. 2. And now Angle getting his left shoulder up there. You can't really see it from the angle, but the referee recognizing it. And Styles still going to try to figure out what he needs to do here. Uh-oh. High risk, high reward here for Styles. Uh-oh. Look at that. Beautiful maneuver from Styles. Styles wants to send a message. And look at the battered, the bruised, the bloodied Kurt Angle right now. Message is being sent sternly to Kurt Angle right now, ladies and gentlemen. AJ Styles not giving any F's at this moment, wanting to send a message to Kurt Angle. And why not? Why not? Why not go for the calf killer? But certainly realizes he needs to get back in this win. Referee at a 6. Styles telling the referee to stop the count. Angle being very, very methodical right now with what he wants to get done against the gold medalist. And now, Styles. He has him right next to the table here. Oh, bouncing him off the table. That certainly is not going to make that blood stop whatsoever here. Because now Styles has him on the table. What does AJ Styles have in store for Kurt? Uh-oh. No, Styles. Oh, no. Styles clash. Styles clash to Kurt Angle. Styles talking some major trash. Certainly, this has to be it. Will we see a count-out victory here? Angle barely moving, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, now Kurt stirring up to his feet here. Realizing what he's at. He's at a 7 now. Big time. And look at Styles again. He's not going to allow Kurt to get anything going. And look at these haymakers from Kurt. Or I should say from AJ Styles. And now Kurt was trying to fight back, but Styles with his own clubbing blows. And now Kurt. Oh, Kurt getting blocked. And now back and forth we go. What a matchup we are witnessing. Both men putting on a clinic. As now another big time maneuver from AJ Styles. Holy crap. What are we witnessing here? And now Styles looking to put the final touches. Phenomenal forearm to Kurt. Will that be enough? Hook of the leg. 2. What? Angle kicked out. Holy you know what. Holy shit. Styles again with another phenomenal forearm. This has to be it. Surely, right? 2, 3. Yes, it is. Styles survives Kurt Angle. Man, look at Kurt Angle. He is bleeding like a stuffed pig. Angle even hit the Olympic Slam. We saw the lovely Styles maneuver there, the calf killer. But again, multiple phenomenal forearms to end the matchup. And AJ Styles puts down Kurt Angle. And certainly, you gotta believe, this is over between Kurt and AJ Styles, right? Can AJ Styles move on to bigger and better things? We'll find out on Monday Night Raw. Now we are going to watch a straight up professional wrestling matchup. Last time we saw Gunther and Seth Rollins in singles action, it was live there at SummerSlam, and we saw Gunther be put through a table by Seth Rollins. And Gunther wasn't too happy about that. He would go on to attack Seth Rollins once again on Monday Night Raw and say, hey, we're not done yet. You beat me in a tables matchup, but you didn't beat me in a straight up wrestling matchup. This ring is too sacred, and you embarrass what I tried to build in this sacred ring. So tonight, Gunther, Seth Rollins, and there's even a major stipulation to this matchup. The winner is next in line for the World Heavyweight Championship. This would be a huge moment for Gunther if he's able to get his first ever big time championship opportunity, a World Heavyweight Championship, or just a major championship in general. He is a former United States champion. He's had plenty of experience there in NXT, and is now here on Raw. And certainly Seth Rollins, he is a former WWE champion in his own right, former United States champion, former tag team champion as well. And Seth would love to add that World Heavyweight Championship, but this time, obviously I mentioned it before, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, they had a matchup on Monday Night Raw last month, or it might have been 2 months ago. It was recently on Monday Night Raw, and Roman Reigns would beat Seth Rollins in quite fast fashion in that matchup. Roman Reigns, I should say, Seth put on a little bit of a fight, but Roman Reigns was just too much in that matchup at that time. But certainly a program between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns where it actually means something, where it's for the World Heavyweight Championship. There's so much there, ladies and gentlemen. We know the Shield between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose. And we know what happened between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, where, Dean Ambrose was turned his back on Seth Rollins. And ultimately, Rollins would win in a Hell in a Cell matchup against Dean Ambrose, but Ambrose would get the last hoorah by jumping off the top of the Hell in a Cell. But time to focus on this matchup between Seth and Gunther. This is going to be a hard-hitting matchup for sure. Who does it favor? Does it favor the Ring General, Gunther? Or will it be the architect, the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins? Is it Seth Rollins' time, ladies and gentlemen? Or is it Gunther? Gunther getting his first ever big-time major championship opportunity? It very well could be his time. And certainly we don't know who Gunther would be facing if he were to win this matchup. And obviously Seth would win. We still wouldn't know until the end of the main event between Solo and Roman Reigns in that tribal combat matchup. Oh, big time takedown from Rollins. Ooh, big kick to the chest there. Rollins all fired up right now, looking for a pivotal moment in this matchup to put down Gunther. It's a big time snap suplex to the Ring General. But look at that, a plancha takes down Gunther. Rollins giving no leeway for Gunther right now, keeping on Gunther as much as he can. And that's a great strategy. You cannot let Gunther get even just a second or two to breathe. Once he does, usually he's in phenomenal shape. So this man certainly can take a lot of damage, and he sure as hell dishes it out. It's a big time super kick to the temple of Gunther. Gunther now fighting back out of it. Both men at a stalemate right now. Back and forth we go. Uh-oh. The strength and power there of Gunther to Seth. We are now to 6. Both men need to start getting back inside the ring. That's what the referee's telling them. You need to get back inside the ring. And Rollins, he's trying to get the San Juan, Puerto Rico crowd behind him. They both know how pivotal this matchup is for both men. Because, oh no, look at these chops. These murderous chops from Gunther. Thankfully Gunther missed that, or Rollins may be possibly down and out. And now Gunther. Oh, this ain't good. Ooh, right off that top turnbuckle. And again, that chest is going to be starting getting beat red. Gunther chopping the hell out of that chest. And now look at these boots to the temple of Seth Rollins, trying to break his nose, just break his spirit. Referee right there for a pinfall, but look at that, Rollins with a early kick out. Surely not as expected. Gunther now waiting for Rollins to get up to his feet. What a clubbing forearm blow. Man, that was certainly like a knockout punch, ladies and gentlemen. And now just going to drop him on that top rope. Certainly, ladies and gentlemen, this matchup sure as heck could have been the main event of the evening, but there is just so many gosh darn good matchups tonight. And certainly we have a double main event in the Backlash later on tonight with the double main event, Bianca Belair, Bayley, as well as a curb stomp there to Gunther. Is that enough? 2. And now Rollins, I believe Gunther getting his right shoulder up there, saving his day briefly. Now over the top we go. Seth frickin' Rollins. He is feeling himself right now, ladies and gentlemen. Gunther able just to get his right shoulder up, saving himself briefly here. As Rollins, oh my goodness, getting folded like an accordion. Back and forth we go. Gunther now going to toss Seth Rollins back in the ring. Rollins trying to get up to his feet here. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Gunther, big time power bomb. Will that be it? 2. Rollins kicking out at the very last second. Both men hitting the biggest maneuvers, but it still has not been enough. This is all for an opportunity to be next for that World Heavyweight Championship. Is it the Ring General, or will it be Seth frickin' Rollins as Gunther getting curb stomped there? Pinfall. Referee right there, and Gunther kicking out again. Holy cow. And Rollins getting frustrated. Frustration brewing on the side of Seth frickin' Rollins now. What else can he do to put away the Ring General? Uh-oh, second rope. Looking to go high risk there. Misses the axe handle, obviously. Just too far out. And Gunther with the Discord knee, able to hit that knee, almost ripcord knee, whatever you'd like to call it. And gonna focus on the face, and now Gunther spewing out blood. Oh my goodness, almost like what Kurt Angle had earlier on tonight. And now Seth. Seth now. Is it Seth Rollins' moment? No, it is not. Rollins missing the elbow. And now, I was going to say, it could be Gunther's moment. And now Rollins bringing those brutal strikes. And now Gunther spewing even more blood here. Rollins has Gunther right where he wants him. He misses the forearm, though, in the corner. Gunther misses the strike. He probably can't even see where he's at. And gets hit with a gut buster. What a brutal matchup this has been. And a frog splash from Seth Rollins out of nowhere. Gunther is in trouble here. How much more can these guys take right now? As Rollins with a moonsault there, connecting. Uh-oh. High risk, high reward for Seth frickin' Rollins. Rollins, another big elbow. And now look at Gunther. He's all disoriented right now. He's out of it. Doesn't know where the hell he is at. And now another plancha, but he barely grazed Gunther this time. We'll see if that come back to bite Rollins. There's an enziguri right there. Certainly a brutal moment in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Rollins trying to figure out what exactly he wants to do right now. Referee now at a 4. I don't know how much more Gunther can take. Certainly has sustained a lot of damage. Seth Rollins looking for the pedigree, but no, Gunther. Alabama slam. And now Gunther. Is it Gunther's moment? It's Gunther's moment. Powerbomb. Pinfall opportunity. Is Gunther gonna get a world championship opportunity? Yes, he does. What a match. Look at this. Opportunity looking to go for the pedigree, but Gunther hits the powerbomb at the end. And Gunther, despite the blood coming right out of his eye socket, it looks like he is going to get a World Heavyweight Championship, presumably at Halloween Havoc, but maybe it will come sooner for the Ring General, Gunther.
The following contest is a steel cage match and is for the WWE Women's World Championship.
Big moment right now between Bianca Belair and Bayley, the Women's World Champion. Can Bianca Belair get back her Women's World Championship, or will Bayley be able to escape the cage or just survive the matchup with Bianca Belair? From what I understand, pinfall or submission or over the cage or even through the door will get you that win. And for Bianca Belair, certainly she would love to get that championship back up, because she doesn't have to worry about Damage Control interfering in this matchup, which is certainly going to be great for her. Just going to have to deal with whipping the crap out of Bayley in that ring, especially with that hair that she has right there. I guarantee you, I wouldn't be surprised if she decided to use that and just continue to hit Bayley over and over again to where she has to say, I quit, or, you know, just to where she's basically not going to be able to continue the matchup, and Bianca Belair can easily walk out of the cage. As now, here comes your Women's World Champion, ladies and gentlemen. The winner of the Queen's Crown Tournament and the winner of the Women's World Heavyweight Championship matchup at SummerSlam, that being Bayley. You know, it's been a long, grueling feud between the likes of Bayley and Bianca Belair. Certainly, this is all starting around WrestleMania weekend into the night after. The night after WrestleMania. You had Bayley defeat Charlotte Flair to retain her Raw Women's Championship. Then the night after, you would see a rematch between Bayley and Charlotte, and Bianca Belair would cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase. During the matchup, it became a triple threat match, but Bianca Belair would go in that matchup and defeat Bayley and Charlotte and become the new Women's Champion. So we'll see how this continues to go. Make sure you guys go back and watch everything after the night after WrestleMania to really see all the shenanigans that have gone down since.
Introducing the challenger from Knoxville, Tennessee, Bianca Belair.
Can Bianca get her championship back?
And her opponent from San Jose, California, she is the WWE Women's World Champion, Bayley.
And Bayley kind of rubbing it in, saying, hey, I got your world championship. It's all mine now. But Bayley, that grin is going to be coming off her face very, very soon. Once that steel cage comes down, it's going to be essentially game over. And we'll see how Bayley really fares against Bianca when she's stuck in a ring. And the only way to survive is over the top, through the door, or pinfall or submission. The cage starting to come down. Bayley, referee ringing the bell. Here we go. Referee is outside the ring, but he still will be able to have his hand on the mat to call the pinfall, submission, or obviously if they escape through the top or through the door. We'll have to really see how that fares. As Bianca just stretching out Bayley. Bayley now, big punches to the face. Uh-oh, head scissors, takedown there, Bianca. And now Bayley gonna go with a boom. Impressive suplex here. This is number 1 of 2 double main event matches tonight. Still come tribal combat matchup between the tribal chief being Roman Reigns and that being of Solo Sikoa. Family beef we got happening tonight. We'll see if everything will be good after this matchup, or will this kind of create a crack in the bloodline. Certainly Roman doesn't want that. Nobody wants that. And certainly The Rock, who opened up Backlash, saying that he's hoping after what has happened tonight, hopefully they'll be able to get over it, move on, and get back to dominating Monday Night Raw. As, oh my goodness, tilt-a-whirl slam there to Bayley. Impressive maneuver as Bianca with a huge spear there to Bayley. And now, oh, big reversal from Bayley now. Not going to back down here. And now, oh, nice jumping knee strike. I don't know if she got all of it, but certainly looked pretty good. It feels like we're into a stalemate at this moment. Both women putting it all on the line. Definitely have each other well scouted. But can Bayley survive this tonight? Can't worry about Damage Control helping out. She's all by herself. Oh no. Bayley in a bad, bad way. Running power slam there from Bianca. And look at Bianca staying right on Bayley. Big time splash to the midsection there. And now Bianca looking to climb. Can she climb enough? Trying to get that footing into the cage. It is not going to be easy, ladies and gentlemen. As, running right in to that cage there. That's not going to be feeling good. And then bouncing off the cage. A hell of a way to go down. Bianca now, hard Irish whip off the cage there, bouncing each other off now. And now off the ropes, another glancing blow, didn't get all of it. Bianca's still just trying to weigh her out, and oh my goodness, tossing her almost through the damn cage. And I don't know if we were to have a situation, if someone went through the cage, as long, I guess as be the first person to touch the actual ground as pinfall opportunity. 2. Ooh, close to a 2 count there. Bianca can't believe it. She's like, okay, girl, we're just getting started now. Uh-oh. Bayley going for the Bayley to belly. There to Bianca. 2. Oh, strong kick out from Bianca Belair. Bianca digging down deep here. And Bayley now looking to climb. Can she make it to the top of the cage? Bayley in trouble now. Bianca was able to get to her. And uh-oh, Bianca has her. Bianca, big time powerbomb. 2. Strong kick out from Bayley. Hard-hitting matchup for the Raw Women's Championship. Oh, Bianca Belair getting hit with a DDT to the neck. Bayley now. Uh-oh, Bayley now. Finishing. Bianca Belair, is that it? 2. No, now Bianca kicking out at 2.5. What a brutal matchup these women are putting themselves on right now. Now Bayley with another Bayley to belly. Going back to the well. 2. No, again, Bianca kicking out. Holy cow. These women are putting on a wrestling clinic in the steel cage. And Bayley saying, hey, you know what? Screw it. I have to climb the cage. Bianca Belair is eating all of my maneuvers. And it still hasn't been enough. And now Bayley going up top. Now, uh-oh. Is she gonna be able to survive this? This ain't good. Unless Bayley can somehow reverse and get Bianca down. Pivotal moment in this matchup for both women here. And now Bianca's going to try and climb. And Bayley's not, like, oh my goodness. Bouncing off that big metal grating and oh my. And down goes Bianca. And now Bayley. Opportunity knocks at this exact moment for Bayley. Going to try and climb. Didn't work out the best the first time. And again, Bianca. Again, can she stop her before? And it looks like maybe. Yes, she is again. Bianca keeping herself at least within arm's distance with Bayley here. Oh, Bayley. Bayley almost going to slip here. Uh-oh. Both women, they're going to climb the cage. Bayley saying screw it. And so is Bianca. Both women, they're on top of the cage. This is not going to be good. Uh-oh. Bayley now. Oh, my goodness. Bayley. Oh, imagine. This is a bad spot for both women. This is a bad spot. Oh, my goodness. And now Bayley goes off. And now Bianca realizing it. This ain't good. Luckily for Bayley, she was able to get right back up to her feet. Bayley again trying to do her damnedest. Trying to find a hole in that thing. But again, boom. Both women. And down goes Bayley. Down goes Bayley. Is this Bianca Belair's moment? No. And down goes Bianca. These women are doing their damnedest right now. They're trying. Oh, but big reversal from Bianca. Big spear from Bianca. Big kick there as well. That certainly won't feel the best. No. Oh, that's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That whip of the hair, certainly that was going to get involved tonight. I just had a feeling, that just a hunch. And now Bayley telling the referee to open the door. And now a spear out of nowhere. These women are getting very, very desperate. The later on we go in this matchup, they've tried pinning each other. They've tried maybe a little bit of submission hold. They've tried going over the top rope, or over the top of the cage, pardon me, and it has not been enough. It's a K.O.D. And Bianca Belair realizing she has this in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. Now she is going to climb. High risk, high reward. I don't know what the hell she's doing now. She's trying to feel herself out. It seems like she's trying to find the right spot. And now big axe handle. She realizes Bayley was back up to her feet. I don't know if Maybe she was trying to maybe set up a God knows, ladies and gentlemen, what exactly she was trying to do. You just never know. As again, Bianca Belair trying to climb, trying to do everything in her damn power to do this here. As now, oh no, she's up to her feet. This ain't good. Oh no. Oh my God! I think Bianca was trying to do something, you know, heroic, I guess. Just trying to try to jump at her, certainly, but she didn't need to do that. And now again, Bayley trying to get the hell out of the cage here, but Bianca Belair not gonna allow that. That's what one of those situations, ladies and gentlemen, you don't put your body on the line like that. I mean, you can, but certainly make sure your opponent's going to be down and out, unlike what she was trying to do. And now, back up we go for Bianca Belair. Can she do it? She's getting up there now. It's only going to get more and more brutal here. As oh, big boot there. And another big boot. And oh, wait a minute. Seems like she's trying to. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Bianca, don't do this. Bianca, don't do this. Oh my God. Oh my God. And now Bayley gonna go up top. Bianca trying to outclass, outshine Bianca Belair. Or I should say Bianca Belair's trying to outclass Bayley right now. Pinfall. 2. And now Bayley able to kick out the right shoulder, just getting briefly up. And now being tossed right into the cage. Bianca Belair is eating this up right now, ladies and gentlemen. And now Bayley gonna go up, or I should say Bianca Belair is gonna go up here. High risk, high reward situation from Bianca. Trying to escape the cage. Trying to kick down Bayley as much as she can. Not really working out in her favor at this moment. What a women's steel cage match we are witnessing, ladies and gentlemen. This is bound to get bad very, very quickly. Uh-oh. Trying to grab her. Trying to at least keep her on for this moment. And oh no! Getting her head bounced off and now being thrown over the top. Certainly, that has to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Bianca gonna try to get up there. Bianca, she's gotta stop her. Get her, Bianca. No, no, not like this. No, Bianca. No, Bayley retains her Women's World Championship over the top rope. These women destroyed each other. I don't know how in the hell Bianca Belair hasn't been moving. She did a brutal crossbody over the top rope. It missed. Or I should say Bayley moved. And then it just, oh my goodness, this matchup. Holy cow. A brutal matchup. But Bayley retains, and she didn't even need help tonight with damage control. What is the future going to be like for the Women's World Champion Bayley and the future for Bianca?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Now this matchup is your main event of the evening. Can Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, defeat the enforcer of the bloodline, being Solo Sikoa? And will the winner of this matchup be able to let bygones be bygones
And I should say the same thing with the loser of this matchup. Can they let bygones be bygones? Say, hey, this superstar, my own family, my own flesh and blood, was better than me in this matchup. Roman Reigns, I certainly don't know. He reacted very, very angrily when Solo Sikoa came down to the ring last week. He hit him with the World Championship, but eventually Solo would get the final laugh and spike Roman Reigns to end Monday Night Raw. And Solo certainly seems like he is ready. Roman Reigns doesn't believe Solo's ready. He doesn't believe it's his opportune time. And we are about to find out if it is his time. The street champ, the enforcer of the bloodline. Roman Reigns, the head of the table, the tribal chief. We wait in anticipation for your World Heavyweight Champion. And the winner of this matchup will have to face off with the Ring General, Gunther. Presumably, it's got to be at Halloween Havoc, ladies and gentlemen, but you know, that matchup may come even earlier. You just don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But there is your tribal chief, the second ever King of the Ring winner. And he also has Paul Heyman at ringside. Paul Heyman can be outside here. This is, technically he is not blood, but he is the special counsel of the bloodline. And he'll be out here watching this World Heavyweight Championship here at ringside. Hopefully Paul doesn't get involved in this matchup and just lets Roman and Solo go at it in this tribal combat matchup. The World Heavyweight Championship does look really good around the waist of Roman Reigns, but certainly the champion and the challenger, they know each other so well. They are cousins. The Usos and Solo Sikoa, they are brothers. How is this blood gonna come into this matchup, ladies and gentlemen? We heard from The Rock saying they hope that at the end of this matchup, it's gonna go back to being bloodline business, and hopefully, you know, they'll let this result of this matchup go over their head and they can move on. And the only reason why this big matchup is happening with the, with that Bray Wyatt Invitational, due to the unfortunate passing of Bray Wyatt, which it feels very surreal, ladies and gentlemen, that we've lost Bray Wyatt. But in WWE, things do have to go on. We had a special episode of Monday Night Raw where Bray Wyatt, it was a Bray Wyatt Invitational to see who would go on to face Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Solo Sikoa came out at number 30 and would win the Bray Wyatt Invitational. Shawn Michaels is the one that put him in that matchup. Solo did not choose that. We'll make that very, very clear. Shawn Michaels put Solo Sikoa in that matchup. But there he is, ladies and gentlemen, your World Heavyweight Champion. That championship is very, very special to him, and he wants to make this championship, this bloodline, everything so special. But the question is he willing to beat down his own flesh and blood tonight? We saw it on Monday Night Raw when he struck Solo with the championship, but he would eventually get spiked by the enforcer. So there's definitely some tension brewing between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, and I cannot wait to see the outcome of this match. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the World Heavyweight Championship.
Introducing the challenger from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds, Solo Sikoa.
Look at Solo. He's talking to himself right now. He's focused. That's what you gotta love about him.
65 pounds. He is the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns.
And there is your tribal chief, the man that is owning Monday Night Raw. He's on the top of the mountain. He is your tribal chief. Have you acknowledged your tribal chief today? You better hope Roman Reigns doesn't see that you haven't, because if you don't, you certainly will be beaten down by the bloodline. And I bet Roman Reigns isn't too happy that the Usos lost to the Brothers of Destruction earlier on tonight as well. Here we go. The match has started between Solo and Roman. This is going to be brutal. Blood, sweat, and tears going to be going into this matchup for the Enforcer and the Tribal Chief. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some mind games between both men. Certainly Roman Reigns more than Solo. Solo lets his actions get done in the ring. Roman Reigns, he'll trash talk you to death to get in your head. Right now Roman Reigns is taking it to his cousin Solo Sikoa. Let's see if Solo can get some offense going in here. Oh my goodness. That was a stiff clothesline. Definitely will wake up Roman Reigns there. There's a brutal headbutt there. Now Solo gonna toss Roman Reigns around like a cruiserweight. Solo's all fired up here. Big clothesline again. This is what the Enforcer needs. Continuing going back and forth here. And this is where Roman Reigns has to be very careful. You cannot look past your own Enforcer. You just don't know how good he is. And it's the same thing too, where Solo continues to get up to his feet. Right now he's eating a submission hold here, but these type of matches, man, it's just, especially with your own flesh and blood, you may not expect them to, go full out on you. But certainly there definitely may be some blood brewing, certainly in the bloodline. Is there cracks forming? Or will they be able to be perfectly fine afterwards? Uh-oh. Solo Samoan drop there. What a Samoan drop there from the Enforcer. And now, Solo Sikoa with a Samoan spike. Is this going to be it? 2. Roman kicking out at the very last second. And Solo realizing that may have been his best chance to win this match. And the crowd's saying, fight forever. I don't know if that's certainly what the bloodline wants to do at this moment. Certainly Roman wants to get this over and done with. Right now he's currently struggling. Superman punch. And now Roman ducking under. Spear! Spear to Solo Sikoa. Is this enough to put away Solo? Yes, it is. Roman Reigns spearing Solo Sikoa. He ate the Samoan drop. He ate that vicious spike, and it was not enough. Roman Reigns would turn the tables, and ultimately it was enough. Look at that Samoan spear after hitting that Superman punch, and it was all she wrote. Roman Reigns showing you guys why he is your World Heavyweight Champion. Running through Solo Sikoa to end the Backlash pay-per-view. What a match. What a war. But Roman Reigns is your top dog here on Raw. I have gone through the likes of Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, and now even my family, Solo Sikoa. It does not matter if you're family or not family. I will defend my championship with honor in this bloodline, and I will lead my bloodline to better heights than ever. My plan was for tonight to not only walk out with my World Heavyweight Championship, but also for the Usos to beat the Brothers of Destruction earlier on tonight, but that didn't happen. So the Usos will not be using their championship opportunity anytime soon here. Absolutely a letdown for the bloodline. We don't accept failure in the bloodline. From top all the way through, we do not
accept losers, and that's what the Usos were, losers. And like I just mentioned, the Bloodline, we're not losers. And for the Usos to lose to the Brothers of Destruction, that is an utter letdown and an utter disappointment to our family. Uh-oh. This has gotten even more interesting. The Usos are making their way down to the ring. You can feel this getting even more hostile, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy and Jay making their way down the ring. Imagine how they're going to have to explain themselves to Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman after coming up short tonight against The Undertaker and Kane, known as the Brothers of Destruction. Certainly the Bloodline wanted to have a clean sweep tonight. Not only the Usos win, but for Roman Reigns to defeat Solo Sikoa. Well, the Roman part happened, but the Usos part did not work out in the favor. So we're going to have to wait and see what exactly we're about to see, ladies and gentlemen, from the Usos. They're certainly going to have something on their mind and really address this whole situation with Roman. We let you down just because we didn't beat the Brothers of Destruction tonight. That makes you disappointed? Well, imagine how the family felt when you lost the World Heavyweight Championship the same night you won it. You eventually got the championship back at SummerSlam, but only with the help of Solo. Without Solo, you weren't walking out with that championship. I would watch what you say to your tribal chief, Jay, or you may suffer the same fate your brother Solo did tonight. So I would watch your mouth. For someone who says he loves his family, you seem to be very hostile towards us as of late. Maybe someone needs to humble you and take that World Heavyweight Championship away from you. And see how you are when you don't have a championship. You need a championship to stay relevant, Roman. Maybe Gunther's the man to do that. You're really getting on my nerves right now, Jay. Jimmy, tell your brother to stand down. Or what, Us? What are you going to do to us? Paul, I know there was one day I told you this would happen, and man, I'm really going to hate to do this, but you left me no choice. What in the hell does Roman mean by that? He just told Paul that something like this would be expected, and wait, that's The Rock! The Rock, what the hell is he doing here? We saw him open up Backlash, and now The Rock bottom to his own family, to Jimmy Uso. What the hell was that for, Us? What are you doing, Us? What are you doing to my damn brother, Us? What in the hell's wrong with you, Dwayne? Look into Jay's face, ladies and gentlemen. It was wait a minute. Solo, the younger brother of Jay, went out from behind. Solo, no. Solo, spiking his own brother. What in the hell is going on here at Backlash? And of course now, Roman Reigns in the corner, setting up a spear. What in the hell is going on to end Backlash? Roman Reigns with a hellacious spear on Jey Uso. What in the hell are we witnessing here, ladies and gentlemen? Solo letting Roman hit everything else now. This is just horrific here. And this is what Roman just used to defeat Solo here. Huge spear, Superman punch combo there from Roman. And certainly, this is one of the most shocking ways to end a pay-per-view in WWE history, ladies and gentlemen. This is just utter chaos. The bloodline is falling apart, but maybe Roman is seeing it as getting stronger. And certainly Solo and Roman seem to let bygones be bygones, it seems like, at this moment. Certainly with all the beef that Solo and Roman had, everyone believing maybe Solo and Roman would be at odds, but certainly they are working quite well together. And again, Roman just watching the younger Uso, Solo Sikoa, go to work here. This ain't good. Solo. Don't, come on, Solo. There's no way he does this right. There's no way. There's no way he does this. Oh my God, Uso splash. Uso splash through the damn table. What a way to end Backlash, ladies and gentlemen. Usos taken out by The Rock, Solo, and Roman.